Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to another stream. And apologies for not doing it last week. A bit of travel situation, and my hair's a bit all over the place. But it's a great day. Obviously, it's the Hell of the North. Almost, I mean, last week we call it the Holy Week, but for many people, this is the big one, the best one-day race of the year, and I think it is exactly that. Paris-Roubaix, so many different narratives going into this as well. They've got 160 kilometers to go. Flat tire for Mats Pedersen at the moment, but we have a lot of things to look forward to. The Pave still hasn't started, so I was trying to get before the Pave starts. We didn't do that last year. So yeah, we've got a lot of sectors, or they have a lot of sectors to go through, and I'm sure it's going to be quite interesting. Mike Chernyson is somewhat out towards the front, so yeah, obviously Mike Chernyson, he has a good record in this race as well. Did feature in the top 10 a few years ago, and we'll see if the Dutchman, former under-23 cyclocross champion, and famously was one of the guys who decided to leave cyclocross because he saw Wout van Aert and Mathieu van der Poel coming through the ranks, and he knew exactly what was going to happen there. Cyclocross riders have been dominating this race, as we know, with Mathieu van der Poel winning 3 in a row. But obviously, he is not the him and Tadej obviously are the big drawing factors here. 154.8 kilometers, so a bit of an update. Mats Pedersen getting through the cars, and we will see if Mats Pedersen is going to be featuring. He wants to be the first Dane to win this race. He's won the Espada. Ooh! Service car getting in the way of Mats Pedersen. Chaos everywhere. But he's trying to make his way back into the convoy. He's on the back of the Shimano service wheel. Oh, service car. But Mike Chernyson's been brought back by UAE Team Emirates. How is Tadej Pogacar going to be winning this race? That is the big question as well. What can he do? He needs to go alone. He needs to somehow get rid of the man, Mathieu van der Poel. Obviously, there's also the other factor of Jasper Philipsen in there as well. That is a very good weapon. He said in the press that they're not going to make it easy for Tadej. So it's a hard one for UAE. Even Florian Vermeersch saying he thinks he has a better chance of winning this race than Tadej Pogacar. But I mean, the fact that Tadej is even on the start line is a miracle in itself. Okay, yes, we know he was second last year, but how many times do we see Chris Froome starting this race? Contador, Nibali. I mean, none of these Tour de France winners ever started Paris-Roubaix, the race, the Hell of the North. But yeah, a lot of punctures, a lot of flat tires, a few riders there from Soudal Quickstep. Soudal Quickstep also have an interesting squad. A former winner of this race in their ranks with Dylan van Baarle. They also have Jasper Stuyven, who's been up there towards the front in this race. Yves Lampaert as well, a very good rider on the cobbles. He's one of the guys who's got a flat right now. Toon Arts is here as well for Lotto. They're on the Sector 28. They're Fontaine à Terre. It's 3.7 kilometers long, 4-star sector. So obviously the stars mean how hard it is. And yeah, UAE Team Emirates still dictating the pace at the front. They have a very strong team. Obviously, we talked about it in the previous show, but we might as well just give a bit of a highlight of them. They've got Miguel to support Pogacar. Let's just... Obviously, it's the Pogacar show there. Miguel Biel, very good rider. Molano's here as well. Sebastian Molano, Rui Oliveira, Nils Pollitt, Antonio Morgado, and Florian Vermeersch. Obviously, they've had a few injuries as well and crashes. Mathieu van der Poel and Tadej Pogacar very much towards the front here. The world champion and the 3-time defending champion looking to beat the record that he's currently holding with Francesco Moser of winning it 3 in a row. Can he do the 4 in a row? The unpredictable race of Paris-Roubaix, and being able to do that is one of the best modern feats that we've seen. And yeah, we'll see if he's going to be able to do that here. Obviously, the flip side is that maybe we will see the first rider since Roger de Vlaming to get all the monuments in his career. Obviously, there's 3 riders. We talked about this so much. Eddy Merckx, Ricker van Looy, and Roger de Vlaming, and the connecting factor, they're all from Belgium. So Tadej Pogacar, if he does win today, would be the first ever guy who isn't from Belgium to win all the monuments. And obviously, there's been riders very close as well. Philippe Gilbert winning all the monuments apart from Milan-San Remo, which he finished third in, coming very close. He won this race back in, was it 2019? Beating, what? Yeah, was it? It was Nils. Yeah, him and the Sagan one. They feel very similar. Coming to the, I think it was Nils Pollitt. Yeah, Nils Pollitt, and then it was Sylvain Dillier, the other one with Peter Sagan. No win for Mads Pedersen. Finished third 2 years in a row. Very good result for him, but he's really missing that monument victory, and he wants to be part of that big, big group of riders, the superstar riders. Obviously, we have, what was they saying in Tour of Flanders? They were saying the G4, which is Mathieu van der Poel, Wout van Aert, and who was the other one? But they weren't including Mads Pedersen in that. It was essentially the top four that we had. Remco Evenepoel, that was it. But Mads Pedersen's been close there. He's been on the podium in Tour of Flanders a few times and in Paris-Roubaix, very close to the podium in Milan-San Remo, and just missing that podium, or missing that elusive monument victory. Great to have so many people in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from as well. And great to have familiar names in the chat as well. Our poll is quite interesting right now. 64% of you think Tadej Pogacar is going to be winning. And 27%, only 27% think it's going to be Mathieu van der Poel. They're 2 kilometers on this Pave right now. The beautiful roads. Dry weather. We haven't got that biblical edition like in 2021, unfortunately. Mads Pedersen 3% only. And 6% going to Wout van Aert. Wout van Aert looked very good in Tour of Flanders. Obviously, he's here to win as well. Him and Mads Pedersen having a bit of a uphill struggle to get back. So yeah, Molano is the one pushing right now. We've got Casper Pedersen getting a flat in the race as well. And I'll just try and rebuff the screen as well, because I think we're seeing a very outdated one, the profile. So yeah, it's not really updating the race, so I'll just try and update that as well. But the grimace or the cruel conditions of Roubaix are well and truly there to behold. And I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want to ride this. Obviously, I did the one sector, and I think that is yeah, it's just ridiculous how hard just the Arenberg Forest, and then you think how many other sectors that they do on top of that before they even get to the Arenberg. And the Arenberg isn't even finished. They asked Mathieu van der Poel which was his favorite cobble sector. He said the last one, because then you know it's over. I mean, I think that's a very good answer as well. But yeah, Tadej Pogacar looking to be, well, we know he has this incredible record of podium all the monuments last year in the rainbow jersey. Obviously, he's won it now in Milan-San Remo. He's won every single one of them in the rainbow jersey, apart from this one. This is the only one. He has this amazing record of winning every single monument since Roubaix last year. So winning Liège, winning Lombardia, winning Milan-San Remo, winning Tour of Flanders, and now we're back here in Paris-Roubaix, where he finished second. But 150.9 kilometers still to go. Soudal Quickstep out towards the front. Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe up there as well. Let's talk through some of the teams as well. While we have this quiet period, obviously there's not really, it's all brutal, but this is a bit more of the quiet period. But no Remco Evenepoel, unfortunately, in Paris-Roubaix. There were murmurs about it, but yeah, I think one shock is enough for 1 year. Maybe he'll come here one time in his career. The way he handled himself in the Tour of Flanders, I don't see why he couldn't also do a good ride here as well. Obviously, the climbs there helps him a bit more than no climbs here. But Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe, they are bringing in Gianni Vermeersch, the new rider who has been doing very well, former lieutenant of Mathieu van der Poel, finished 10th in the Ronde van Vlaanderen last week, so that was a good result already. He has finished 6th before in 2024. In Roubaix, he was 5th in Classica Hayenne. He was 5th in Strade Bianche this year as well, and 8th in E3 Saxo Bank Classic. So, I mean, that move has been a good move for him to get some more personal results. Obviously, in the shadow of Jasper Philipsen and Mathieu van der Poel when you're riding in Alpecin, but I think that was, yeah, a good move, and he probably got quite handsome pay bump maybe as well if he was taking up more of a leadership role. Arenberg as well, who already won a race this year in Mallorca. Jordi Meus as well. Lawrence Pithy, who I do think was in top 10 in his debut. Yeah, he was 7th and didn't finish last year, but had such a good ride. Came a cropper, but we are not on the cobbles anymore now. UAE Team Emirates, Tour de Pro Cycling up there as well. Decathlon, Unibet as well. They had their debut season last year, or their debut race last year. And we'll see what they can do. But continuing, they've also got Callum Thornley and the Van Dijk brothers for Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe. And obviously the Van Dijk brothers are doing quite well. Wout van Aert struggling a bit here. Quite high cadence. I don't know if there's something wrong with the bike. So Wout van Aert just bit of bad luck or something. I think he's going to get bike change. No, that was the Uno X car, sorry. Not all the yellow cars are the same. But maybe he's just had a bike change. One of his Wout van Aert's teammates is coming back, dropping back to him. It's the number 4. That is Owen Dool. So Owen Dool, the rider coming in from EF Education Easy Post over the winter break. He's the man who's going to be pacing back Wout van Aert. Wout van Aert, obviously, we've talked about him extensively. 4th in Ronde van Vlaanderen, 2nd in Dwarstor. That very heartbreaking. Milan San Remo finishing 3rd there. That was quite a good one. 10th in Strade Bianche. Probably would have wanted more from that race. UAE Team Emirates, he's just drifting through the cars. The chaos of the back convoy in Roubaix must be the most disastrous. But in terms of this Paris-Roubaix, finished 4th last year, 3rd in 2023, 2nd in 2022. Does that mean he's going to finish 5th this year? 2, 3, 4, 5. But whether or not, many people are thinking he could be a bit of a dark horse. Matthew Brennan as well being talked about. What are we saying here? Silent Owl Scribe. If there was rain in the forest, the cobbles being slick or muddy, that would be giving Mathieu van der Poel the advantage to win. With the conditions being in good condition, that helps Tadej Pogacar a lot. Yeah, we'll see if he can get rid of Pogacar, Van der Poel. That's the big question. Will he be able to do something to him? Yeah, not too sure. We'll wait and see. But yeah, for the time being, we're on the next cobble sector, called Sector 27. I think it was 2.8 kilometers long. And Wout van Aert still having to make that chase back. He's seeing, I think this is the Shimano neutral service car. I mean, just driving this race would be horrendous. Let alone, obviously, riding it is worse. But being one of the cars driving it, I think would be quite terrible as well. This would probably be the one. There's probably some magic over it as well. So the chaos, the love of the chaos. So yeah, we will see what happens here. But I'm glad I'm not involved in in it at all, if I'm honest. But yeah, it's great to be at home watching this spectacle. But yeah, great to have 350 people in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from as well. Who you think is gonna win? Yeah, this is looking very good for the favorites right now. Just staying out of trouble as much as possible. Always gonna be those minor things of flat tires. You can't really control that. But it doesn't seem like there's too many problems for the big riders. That unmanageable problem, shall we say. UAE Team Emirates are still dictating the pace at the front, and I think Alpecin will quite like this as well. They don't. Well, we haven't really talked about them. Let's look at their firepower. We've talked about UAE Team Emirates. We haven't. Yeah, we're just making our way slowly through the teams as well. Obviously, some of the teams have changed since the recap, or the preview that we did over on the Cycling Day in Extra or on the Cycling Day podcast. And yeah, we're just looking through Wout van Aert making himself through the peloton as well. The riders kind of split all over the place on the sectors, trying to get the smooth sides, or the trenches, shall we say, the minor trenches, to stay away from the rough part of the parcours when there's not that many people spectating as well. But Arnaud Delis struggling as well. Arnaud Delis would be a great card as well. I mean, I feel like I hype up. It's not hype up, but he set a fantastic ride on his day. But in this race, he did it in 2023, finished 50th. So you just feel like he could be good because he's very good on the cobbles and has a good punch as well. He was fourth in Middelkerk to Wevelgem, what was formerly known as Gent Wevelgem, but it's still UAE Team Emirates pushing on at the front. Lotto obviously want to try and do something here, get a good result. Ineos Grenadiers, Filippo Ganna won the Espoir race, has finished in the top 10 in the past, and seems destined with the engine he has. Two-time world time trial champion. Finally winning a cobbled race in the World Tour with the Dwarf Store. That was a very good win. With all that bad luck and chasing back, obviously there was a sticky bottle. I don't know why I'm doing that. There was a sticky bottle. Received a fine. But in there as well, they've got Artem Schmidt, they've got Kim Heinock, they've got Connor Swift, who had a very peculiar crash in the Tour of Flanders. Joshua Tarling, who obviously got disqualified 1 year for a sticky bottle. Ben Turner, Sam Welsford as well, the new rider. So, yeah, an interesting one. They've also got Ian Stannard and Christian Knees in the team car. So, interesting for them. They've been doing so well, like Ineos. We talked about them having a huge decline, but something's happened over the winter months. They've absolutely been firing on all cylinders, and yeah, we'll see. Mads Pedersen is surrounded by Jonathan Milan, Matthias Norskov, Jakob Söderqvist, Edward Turns, Matthias Vacek, Max Walscheid. A very, very tall team. This average height is huge. But yeah, it's quite interesting, that team as well. They could do something. I mean, was it 2024 where Mads Pedersen was talking about that if he had Jonathan Milan in there, that could have kind of neutralized Jasper Philipsen a bit more. But yeah, we'll see how they will do. Soudal Quickstep, we mentioned them, Van Baal in there, Yves Lampard, Tim Merlier is here as well, obviously winning Skelderpriest midweek, Jasper Stuyven, Dries van Gestel, not Giesel, that's a humble player. Bert van Leerberg and Jonathan Verwinnen. I've never heard of that name, so apologies for that, guys. 22 years young. I think this is his first ever Paris-Roubaix in his first ever season with the senior team. Yeah, so this will be a big day for him as well. But UAE Team Emirates, they are still taking charge of the front. There's 500 meters left of this sector, 143 kilometers still to go. So UAE Team Emirates really trying to squeeze out, taking up that mantle, having the favorite or one of the favorites. We got Picnic Personnel as well with a former winner, John Degenkolb. Uno X, well, interested to see what they can do. Johannes Abrahamsen, Søren Warenschold, maybe they can be up here. Sven Erik Byström, what can he do? And who else? Mike Turnison, we mentioned him. Binyam Gamay is here as well, and I only know that because friend of the channel, Ewan Wilson, is actually in the start and the finish, getting interviews with riders, and Binyam Gamay is starting. Yeah, I was quite surprised about that one. Imagine if he wins. I think that would absolutely, light up the world. But last year he finished 15th, so maybe I shouldn't be so surprised. 15th, a good result, I think, on debut is, pretty good. In terms of Uni Rose Rockets, obviously we know they have this huge turnover of riders. And Niklas Larsen is, we interviewed him here on the channel. He is a very nice guy in person, but he did very good at Ronde van Vlaanderen, finishing 25th, and he was up there in Dwarf Store as well, and he probably shouldn't have pulled as much as he did with Wout van Aert in Dwarf Store. Mads Pedersen was quite vocal about this as well. But 142 kilometers still to go. A lot of these riders are in great form for this race. Pino Arello, Q6.5, no Pitcock, obviously. But Eamon de Gent is here. He's been having a good season. Fred Wright as well. They could be the ones really getting a result here for them. Who are we else looking? Where are we looking? Anyone in the chat? I mean, Alpecin, that was the team that I promised that we are going to talk about, and then I didn't talk about them. We're getting slow-mos of riders riding on the grass rather on the cobbles. You hate to see it, but I mean, if there's no barriers blocking it, These guys are going to be tackling a lot of cobbles, so give them a bit of a respite, I guess, in these early ones. But Alpecin, Premier Tech, they are Mathieu van der Poel, his heir, I guess, Thibaut Del Grosso as well. Simon Dilia, former second place finisher, as we know, with Peter Sagan. Jasper Philipsen, Edward Plancard, Jonas Ricard, and new boy Florian Seneschal. I think Thibaut Del Grosso, this might be his first monument. Yeah, first monument, obviously winning what was the Limburg Classic, now is the next Classic. He won that about 8 days ago. So this will be a baptism of fire for the young 22-year-old. What a race to, what a edition to start of this race. Other than that, like, where else are we looking? I mean, Decathlon AG2R, Stefan Bissinger was in the top 10 last year. They've got Kes Bol in there. They've got the Cycling Dane subscriber of Rasmus Højbjerg in here. Oliver Nassen, Dan Holler, new boy from Little Trek. Maybe he could ride for his own chances. Very strong rouleur. 140 kilometers to go. It's still UAE Team Emirates at the front. And let's just get an update of where they are in terms of the course. There's so many more cobble sectors to tackle as well. This race, 158 kilometers long. And yeah, a lot of sectors for them to deal with. But the True Arenberg, we're still a bit far away from that. It's the 19th sector to go. 5-star sector, and as Patrick Blake said in our previous show, he was saying that you should really look out for the combinations of 5-star then 4-star or 4-star then 5-star. That is where the race really will start to kick up. I mean, sector 12 to sector 11, there you got a 4-star into a 5-star, Mont en Pivel. That is a very famous sector, 3-star sector, and horrible, or even the Carrefour de l'Arbre, 2.1 kilometers, the 4th last sector. So all these parts are gonna play a small part of the race. Obviously, I was looking so forward to the Koppenberg last week, and that did absolutely nothing. That was it came and it went. Obviously, it was dry conditions when they went through it, but it looked like we were gonna have a absolute legendary seismic shift, but it didn't quite happen, unfortunately. But great to have almost 400 people in the chat. Let us know what you're thinking. Carousel Vertigo, why isn't Remco running? I mean, yeah. I think one Cobble Classic is probably enough. But yeah, hats off to Remco for doing so well and didn't crash. Didn't crash in Tour of Flanders. Quite impressive. Seconds to go in terms of the front group. We haven't really talked about that. So let's just get a update of who's in that front group. Oh no, this is the second peloton. The split, the front is the UAE group, so we've got a split of a second peloton. We haven't really got any news on who's in that second peloton, but a 30-second split because of that. We can see Mads Pedersen is up here. Plenty of rainbow bands across this. It almost seems like you have to have the rainbow bands in order to do well in this race. Obviously, Jasper Philipsen has done extremely well. There is a scenario where Jasper Philipsen wins this, and I don't think it's as far-fetched as we think, because if Mathieu van Aert and Tadej Pogacar mark each other out, yeah, I think it could well and truly be one for them, be one for Jasper Philipsen. So yeah, Jasper Philipsen could be winning today, and obviously we saw him winning Gent-Wevelgem. That was a great win for him. His form seems to be there. I mean, he wasn't really there in Scheldeprijs. So we'll see. How can Tim Merlier do in this race as well? We'll see. We're just seeing the feed zone coming through here. 137.8 kilometers, 31 seconds between the two pelotons right now. Still UAE Team Emirates taking up the charge at the front. We're not getting really any too big cobble sectors coming in the next 20-ish kilometers. Then we get a four-star sector coming, sector 20, Valais, and then it's the Truen Arenberg, the mythical forest where plenty of bike wheels have been absolutely decimated. I'm so surprised my bike survived that. It was, yeah, okay, we're seeing Lucas Kubish here struggling a bit, the Unibet Rose Rockets rider. He's pedaling quite heavy here. He's in the team cars. There's 50 riders apparently, according to Pro Cycling Stats, in that second peloton. So quite a huge split. I wonder if this is already a selection being made right now. So we'll wait and see. But great to have 400 people in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. And do subscribe if you're new here as well. Obviously, we've got more content coming out. And yesterday talking about here on the channel the Paul Sixas win, and he's looking absolutely phenomenal, the youngster, the French rider. But who's gonna win this race? This remains to be seen. I think it's quite phenomenal what's going on between these two legends of Mathieu Van Aert and Tadej Pogacar. I can't remember this level of intrigue going into this, if I'm honest. I mean, obviously, I started watching the race with the Fabian Cancellara and Tom Boonen era. That felt epic as well in its own rights, but this is like a rider who doesn't belong on this terrain, but doing so well, and then a rider who seemed destined to win this race. Absolutely, the way that Mathieu Van Aert rides these cobbles is crazy. I've never seen anyone like this. We talked about it for a few years that these cyclocross riders seem like that they're going to be absolutely destroying Paris-Roubaix. It took a few years, but I mean they were up there towards the front end of the race. But obviously, as we said, Wout van Aert never won this race. He desperately wants a cobbled monument to add to his palmares. Him and Mads Pedersen desperately searching for that. Wout van Aert, such a formidable rider, but still only having that 2020 Milan-San Remo. So many podium finishes, but never having this top step of a monument other than that one. And we'll see if what he can do here. Agonizingly close so many times. But we're seeing UAE Team Emirates up towards the front here. Still riding hard. Tadej Pogacar kind of contributing a bit. The pace is high, 72 kilometers an hour, 76 kilometers an hour. I mean, they are racing across this terrain. Maybe the wind is a bit good. They're coming into a corner now. This could catch some riders out as they come into sector 25. And this is 800 meters long and 2-star sector. So quite a hard pace coming into that. It is forcing a bit of a kind of a stringing out of this first peloton, as they're calling it. They've got a 20-second gap. And the graphics they said 800 meters and then they were showing 900 meters left of it. Filippo Ganna caught out a bit here. Ganna towards the back. That is not where he wants to be. Is this maybe flat tires? But it's crazy how you have to be alert at all these small sectors. In order to ride away with 40k to go, you got to be alert in these early kilometers as well. 134.2 kilometers. Let's just get that right. But still at the front, UAE Team Emirates really stringing out this peloton as much as possible, really putting the pressure down. The wind is coming from the side, so we did have tailwind there. So it's really, that was the reason they were going 77 kilometers an hour into the sector. That turn is brutal. But their finish with sector 25 has not left any mark on the race, but it is that grinding down process. Garner still hovering towards the back end of this peloton, not really where you want to be. Where are his teammates? Obviously, he's so strong, but this is not where you want to be. Obviously, you don't want to be behind the peloton because there could be a crash in front of you. Anyone can get a flat tire, and then you really are caught in a position you don't want to be in. So the front is the best. Well, I mean, we know the front is the best to be in any race, but in particular this race, because you can also choose your own line through the very rugged, jagged, chaotic cobblestones. And I mean, there was also a report that I think it was the organizer that came out and said that urging people not to take cobblestones because it was making it very dangerous. Obviously, everyone wants a souvenir, and that can really be detrimental to the riders. But then Mads Pedersen came out and said, "Yeah, but it's already dangerous anyway without people taking off the cobblestones." There is also I think there are volunteer groups, the Friends, the ME de Paris-Roubaix. I think that's what they call the Friends of Paris-Roubaix, that go out and look after the cobble sectors. A very, very interesting volunteer group, and they do a lot for the race as well. And there's goats as well. I didn't know this. In the Arenberg Forest, sometimes there's goats that eat the grass, but as a cycling fan, having been there, well, twice now at the Truan Arenberg, I would say it is a place. If you love this race, you need to see, you need to try it, and I would probably recommend going on a mountain bike because it's not nice. It's not nice to go on, but yeah, I think it's a epic part of pro cycling. This forest, but it is only one sector of the race, obviously. So if you want to see how I did, how my bike was dying, and it was so far, well, so close to exploding. I'll link the video in the chat as well. But yeah, we've got commercials for some reason. So rude. You would never put a commercial in a football game, in any of these other things. So I think it's so disrespectful to cycling. But they don't care. They don't care. They want us to try and buy whatever that they're trying to advertise. But great to have so many people in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from as well. It is the holy day in terms of many people's cycling calendar. This is the pinnacle. This is what many people have been waiting for in the winter months when we're suffering through the cyclocross races. Suffering. I mean, plenty of people enjoy them as well. But we've got 500 people in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from as well. Smash the like button if you haven't already. We only have 35 likes. Guys, we can do a lot better than that. 35. We're 500 people in the chat. But Paris-Roubaix, that is the epic race that we're looking at right now. Oh no, it's not Paris-Roubaix, is it anymore? It's Paris-Roubaix Haute de France. Because yes, we needed a name change. But in a way, it's not even Paris-Roubaix because it starts in Campagne, which is outside of Paris. But you know how much, yeah, I make fun of that. Paris Tours doesn't even start in Paris either. That starts in Chartres, which is very far away from Paris. Paris-Bruges doesn't even start anywhere near Paris. So I think it's just very funny. I think Paris-Nice actually does start quite close to Paris most of the time. So that one I will let slide. Is there any other races that we can think of like that? Ghent-Wevelgem, obviously they changed the name completely because it didn't even start in Ghent. So yeah, flat tire for PS Strandhagenes as well for Visma Lease bike. They're very talented Norwegian, but we're kind of missing that big result. But he's only 22, but he's been in kind of in the space of pro cycling or in the front consciousness. He was second in E3 in that very peculiar chasing of Mathieu Van der Poel, but they just had him at the reach, but then let it go. That was such a weird, frustrating, but it made it more interesting. I think that really changed. It made the race more memorable. E3, Saxo Bank. But yeah, Per Strandhagenes, what can he do here in his third Paris-Roubaix? The young Norwegian. We've never had a Norwegian winner of this race. Thank the heavens, because I don't want them to win it before us Danes. But they have Thor Hushovd looked like he was going to win it. Remember the 2011 edition where he was kind of in the second group, marking Fabian Cancellara, and then his teammate Johan van Sommeren took the win. That was a good edition. I like that one. Underdog winning. Johan van Sommeren kind of disappeared after that win, if I'm honest. I think he won one more race and then just absolutely gone. Yeah, Johan van Sommeren retired 10 years ago, but since he only won 3 races, and yeah, it was Paris-Roubaix was his last win. He did win the Tour of Poland in 2007. So yeah, that was such a... Yeah, you have some of these riders that just win one race and then they... one massive race and then boom, never anything again. But they can dine out their career on that one win. Thibaut Del Grosso here, number 2. Also like the number 2 Mathieu Van der Poel on the team. I think he's the under 23 world cyclocross champion still. Very good rider. And winning that next gen, I mean, he's going to be a really serious rider. Maybe in a few years, as Patrick Blake said as well in our preview, it took a few years before Mathieu Van der Poel really translated his pedigree into one-day racing. But we're seeing Ghana. Ghana looks a lot better now than he did in the last sector. 128 kilometers to go. We saw Biniam Gamay as well, riding for NSN Cycling. Obviously, this will be quite interesting. 37 kilometers to go as well for their Spa race. So the under 23 race, and we'll see who wins that as well. This under 23 race, as we have a bit of a downtime in the race at the front. We've got Visma Leasebike Decathlon and UAE Team Emirates at the front. But in terms of this race, we don't really have too much correlation between the winner of this going on to win the senior race. And to give you some examples, last year we had a Danish winner, Albert Philipsen, winning it. That very strong wonder kid. Sector 24 now for the senior race, 1.2 kilometers, 127.7. It's Miguel Biao at the front. But past winners of this race as well, in terms of the under 23 edition, Jakob Sönnerqvist was second last year in that race. Now he's at the senior race. We've had Tom Pidcock win the under 23 in the past in 2019. They actually had 3 years without any additions of the under 23, so that's a bit of a shame. We had Stan de Wolf winning the race as well. We had Arensman on the podium, Ghana winning in 10 years ago, Mike Chernison winning the race as well. Tyler Finney winning 2 years in a row. That was a very good. He was dominating the under 23 scene. I think he won the World Championships as well. He was such a strong. Well, he was good in the senior ranks. Bas Tiedermeyer has actually finished third in this race as well, the under 23. Famously finished as well outside the time limit, but did it. Antonio Morgado out towards the back end of this peloton. I think he's done now. Tohusa won the under 23 in the past as well. So you see, none of these, Bob Jungels, none of these guys won the senior race. I'm still struggling to find anyone who's won it. Obviously, there's been a few of them on the podium, but nobody winning. Yves Lampard was second 1 year as well. But there's not a Fabian Cancellara, a Boonen, or a Tadej Pogacar. Tadej Pogacar was in the race, but he finished outside the top 10, top 15. Was he 15th? I recall that, but he did definitely ride it. Obviously, the race is a lot easier than the senior one. Stephen Roach winning this as well. So, yeah, you had GC riders winning it, and I think that just tells you a lot. There's a junior race as well, and that correlation is even worse. That was the one Mess Pilterson won. But, yeah. Anyway, 125.9 kilometers. They're on Sector 24. UAE Team Emirates working out towards the front. And, it's a very, very calm situation now. And we're still waiting for the big Arenberg to come through. That should be where the race really starts to kick in an extra gear. Uno X Mobility are leading that second peloton right now. So Uno X Mobility being called out. Obviously, this is their first edition of Paris-Roubaix as a World Tour team. And Jonas Abrahamsen, Unibet also in there. Little Trek riders in there. So there are Quick-Step riders. So it would be good to just know if we could get a bit of dissection of that second group. The Paris-Roubaix Femme, they have finished as well. So, the women's edition as well. Great for any spectators to see these 3 races happening. I think that's the way to go. You need to do it like cyclocross does it, that you have multiple races and really gives people the incentive to stay that long, stay all day to watch all 3 races. I would love that. I think it would be so great. UAE Team Emirates still working at the front, taking charge with Tadej Pogacar riding third wheel. I think we've got Biniam. Biniam's quite high up here as well in terms of the peloton. We've got Matthias Vacek, easy to point out with that Czech National Championships kit. But Decathlon up towards the front as well. They will try and do something, get a good result. They're one of the teams that have been doing very well this year already. But we will see. It's looking very good. We will see what's going to happen here for Decathlon. Have they won it? I can't think them winning it in recent years for sure. But Decathlon, slow-mo shot here. Matthew Brennan, could he do something? Debuted last year. Jasper Philipsen, such a good rider on this kind of terrain. Been on the podium twice, finishing second place to Mathieu Van Aert. Yeah, I mean, that is Very, very impressive by him as well. Jesper Philipsen's such a good, hardy classics rider. Yeah, such a big fan of him. I think many of us are. I mean, his nickname of Jasper Disaster was a bit unfortunate, but I think he's absolutely got one of the best palmareses of the sprinters right now in the peloton. Just needs to get to that 100 wins. I think he's not too far. I'll try and pull that up as well. How far are we from that? But yeah, the women's Paris-Roubaix. Oh, crash. We have a crash. Ineos Grenadiers riders. Tarling and I think that is Ben Turner. Tarling and Ben Turner. So a bit of a crash there. On sector 23. Who's this? One of the Astana guys. Astana guy here down. So 3 riders down. It would be good to see a slow-mo there. But our first real crash here on the stream. We've seen a lot of flat tires, but no crash as of yet. Anything can happen. You know, you all tease me in the chat about saying that, but this is the race where everything can happen at any moment. We're seeing Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe. They're trying to just go ride in kind of the easier parts of the cobblestone sector. UAE Team Emirates very much going in the middle. As we said, you can choose your own line. Flat tire for a picnic personnel rider. 122.9 kilometers. We're getting ever closer to the true Arenberg. This is the time to watch this race and join in, obviously. And let us know where you're watching from as well. Great to have so many people in the chat. Do subscribe as well. Then your name will flash up if I've done it correctly on the stream. But Ben Turner, the man from Doncaster, he is struggling a bit here. Winner of a Welter stage last year. Go on, shoot, the commentators are saying in my ears. Obviously, I'm listening to the French version. Helping my French. But UAE Team Emirates are at the front here. Former podium finisher Niels Pollitt now at the front, dictating the pace. 38 kilometers an hour. Bit of a downhill section here. So there is a bit of elevation along the route. It's not anywhere near Ronde van Vlaanderen, but there is a slight incline, slight gradient up and down. So we will see what that impact will have on the race. But 122.2 kilometers still to go of the race. Is this going to be one for the history? Well, it will be, but is this going to be one of the memorable ones? That remains to be seen. I mean, it's dry. It's not wet, unfortunately. That would have been good if it was wet, but unfortunately, that is not the case. We're seeing, let's see what's going to happen with the guys at the back. These Ineos riders, obviously, we were saying it earlier, they've been doing such a good job winning here, there, and everywhere. Absolutely impressed by them. What has been the magic potion for success for them? Absolutely firing on all cylinders. Still waiting for that big victory. Obviously, it's nowhere near what they had in the Sky era, but it's well and truly a bounce back and taking a whole set of victories. Okay, the pace seems like it's slowing down a bit. They're off the sector, and I think we are just getting a slow-mo of the crash. It happened in the kind of the back third of it. 3 riders coming down. Astana, Ineos Grenadiers, 2 riders. There was a second crash on the other side. That was the picnic personnel rider. So there's 2 crashes in quite a short time span there. But still ups in towards the front. UAE Team Emirates, Visma Lease Bike, NSN Cycling also up here. So they desperately want to try and get a good result as well from this race. But yeah, what's their best card? We haven't really talked about them right now. Obviously, they're a World Tour team as well, moving up. But what is their best card? Binny, as we said, new rider in the team. Did very well early on, but has not had the cobble season that he probably would have wanted. But can he potentially do something here? Bit of a lighter rider, as we know. Very good sprint on his day. But is this going to be his day today? Never had a train finishing inside the top 10. Is this Ghana? No, that's not Ghana. Okay, we're sector 22. So we're getting very close. Sector 19, that's the one to pencil in. True and Arenberg. This is a 2.5 kilometer long 3-star sector. 120 kilometers still to go. In that second group, we've got Arno De Lee, the Van Dijkers, Jonas Abrahamsen, and Lucas Kubich. That is the big names that Pro Cycling Stats have drawn out. But the Van Dijkers, obviously. Oh, Pogacar has got a problem here. Bike mechanical for Pogacar. Pogacar is in problems here. So, bike problems. Obviously, we know this guy is unfazed by crashes, but mechanicals is not really the same. So, service car looking around. Pogacar needs some help here. He's getting a service. No. He's taking a service bike. No. What? This is what? Oh my goodness. This is not what I was expecting. Pog on a Shimano service bike. Wow, and that service has produced a huge blockade. So Pogacar having a mechanical has produced a huge yeah. Wow. So Alpecin getting to the front, so is Bismarck Lisa bike. I mean, do you take this opportunity? I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But Tadej Pogacar riding on a Shimano neutral service bike was not on my bucket list or my bingo card for today. But Tadej Pogacar, obviously, the greatest rider for many people. And yeah, wow, this is hilarious. Patrick Blake saying, yeah, imagine if he wins this on the service. Yeah, wow. This is hilarious. This is funny. Wow, this is funny. But wow. Yeah. This is yeah. Sudal Quickstep, Delaman Ball having problems as well. And Tadej Pogacar, this is not what we were expecting. I'll try and get a picture of the service bike as well, because this is hilarious. This is absolutely next level. If he wins this on the service bike, this will be incredible. 118.6 kilometers still to go here. Alpecin up towards the front. Are they going to wait for him? It's not a Grand Tour. It is a sign of respect. He is the world champion. He is arguably the favorite, but obviously Mathieu Van Aert is the three-time winner of this race. Is he going to change the bike? He's with Matis Mikels, the Estonian national champion here, 118.3 kilometers. Is he going to go into the Arenberg Forest on a neutral service bike or Shimano bike? That would be quite funny. I would quite enjoy that. I think many of us would enjoy seeing that. We don't want to see the pay. We just want to see the absolute extraordinary thing. Yeah, so we wait to see what's going to happen here. But Tadej Pogacar on a service bike. This is, yeah, Sector 21 coming up as well. Freestyle Sector, 1.6 kilometers. And yeah, obviously the funny part is what we're been talking about. The world champion on a service bike. He's in the second peloton now. UAE members not dropping back here. But that service bike, I will get us. Don't worry, guys. I will get it for us. But yeah, wow. This is very funny. Yeah. Tadej Pogacar on a blue service bike. Who would have thought? Alpecin de Koenig Alpecin Premier Tech at the front of the race. And we'll see what they can do here. Do they ride with Shimano components? Someone will know in the chat. I don't think they do. So, yeah, this is interesting to say the least. It's funny. Yeah, who was it that said it? Who said it? Yeah, Carousel Vertigo. Nice advert for Shimano. Yeah, if he wins it, for sure. Imagine he holds the bike up. That would be detrimental to Colnago. Yeah, Delia as well, having a bike change. But Tadej Pogacar absolutely just surviving on that bike for the time being. I have got the photo, so let's just get that photo on stream. That is Tadej Pogacar riding a service bike in Paris-Roubaix. Okay, I've talked about that way too much. 116.8 kilometers. We're getting ever closer to the true Arenberg. And this is looking very, very interesting, to say the least, how this changes the race. But yeah, I'm just gonna check if UAE ride Shimano. I don't think they do. I think it's Campanolo, right? That seems. But 116.5 kilometers. Arnaud Delis struggling a bit here. He looks like he's really in the bad place. The dust kicking up as well. We're quite used to that as well. The dust is just absolutely next level in this. Yeah, 116.3 kilometers. Visma Lisa bike really doing their best. And this is looking interesting now. Yeah. This, what are we seeing here? We're seeing Groupama FDJ rider as well. Just having to go and get a bike change as well. Tadej Pogacar looking like he's not enjoying the service bike. Yeah, he's gonna get the bike change now. So just gonna get the bike change now. So that's a shame. It's kind of, I think it was probably Colnago riding, saying, get off that bike now. We don't pay the team millions for you to win on the Shimano bike. But Tadej Pogacar, that was a moment, well and truly a moment. So we will see what happens later in this race. He's quite far back now as well. So yeah, this is it's gonna be a bit of a back chase now for him. But yeah, Pogacar obviously he has the riders to get him back into it for sure. And yeah, Alpecin Premier Tech 114.8 kilometers. Still just riding at the front here at a pretty decent pace. Visma Lease bike, obviously the true Arenberg. Is it going to be with Pogacar in the front group? We will wait and see. But for the time being, it's Alpecin Premier Tech, Visma Lease bike riding second, and then more Alpecin riders in there as well. But what is it George Hemkapi says? In order to win this race, you don't need good luck. You just don't need to have bad luck. Oh, they do ride Shimano. Okay. Fair enough. I've been corrected. Well done, chat. Good that you guys know the tech better than me. 114.3 kilometers. Pogacar is 53 seconds behind. I think the rider's going to drop back now here from the team. Niels Poller is signaling, come on, we need to drop back for Poggy. And the other rider seemed a bit reluctant to let go in that group. So, yeah, that was quite funny. So a bit of disagreement here between the UAE guys, but yeah, for the time being, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's manageable. It's well and truly manageable. This 113.8 kilometers, 49 seconds back. Well, we're not in the team cars as well. At the front, we're still seeing Alpecin putting the pressure on, so doing quite a good job just to keep the pressure going. And yeah, it's that was so funny. I'm still enjoying the Pogacar riding the Shimano service. I think obviously that's what it's there for, but it's just seeing the world champion on the service bike is just, it just makes me so happy. It just warms me in here. I have nothing against Pogacar. I think he's a phenomenal talent. He does so many good things with his profile as well in the sport. So yeah, obviously, as a Jonas Vingegaard fan, it's sad when he wins, but he's a good role model, I think, for the sport. So that is my 2 cents on Pogacar. But 113 kilometers, and time again, I've said this, that I really enjoy him doing all these races. That management would say, don't do it, it's too risky, and he still does it. I think that level of bike racing is a special kind of rider. And even if you don't like Pogacar, you have to admire him for that. If you're not a fan of him, that's what I mean. Taking on the risk of Roubaix and Tour of Flanders is not what many riders would do. Yeah. Advert break. Thank you, Eurosport. Yeah, we've got a very, very interesting edition of the race now with that. It's so funny. Guys, I'm sorry. I am enjoying it way more than I should. But Tadej Pogacar and his teammates, they are absolutely going to get him back in this, in the front. And yeah, we will wait and see. We will wait and see. But look at that image. The world champion riding a Shimano. Okay, I will get it out of my system. I'm sorry, guys. I know. But we are getting closer to the True and Arenberg. Unfortunately, we weren't going to see that Shimano service bike. They should auction off that Shimano bike if they could. That would be very good. Obviously, he auctioned off one of his bikes for charity the other day, I think. Raised a lot of money. I mean, so many good things. Great to have 900 people in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. And what was it? Pollard angry with Mikkel Bjerg. I mean, yeah. Mikkel Bjerg, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you really need to do something here to be up towards the front. We'll wait and see what happens in the race. But Tadej Pogacar absolutely in the right position. Well, in the wrong position, but of course his team is so strong. We've talked about them so many times, and I'm sure that they're going to do something. Yeah. But the True and Arenberg is coming up. That very hard sector that we talked about. Absolutely legendary sector of the race. And I'm so looking forward to see what's going to happen here. Sometimes it doesn't really have the most pivotal role in the race. Just a bit more of a grinding down process. And if you want to see how my very light Cannondale bike fared, the videos in the chat as well. So do check that out as well. But yeah, for the time being, I mean, Arenberg, what have we seen? We've seen the Derek G one was quite legendary with his bike absolutely disintegrating, or the tires, and that was quite a horrific one. We've seen the riders, the crashes in there as well, but it's more just a grinding down process for the kind of the favorites. They go incredibly fast across there, I think, yeah. But obviously because the race is so long and it's not in the close part of it, there's still a bit of a way to go. So that's why you don't really see the big moves being done. But we'll wait and see. It could, maybe this year, it'll grind down a bit more. We've seen so many epic photos from there as well, but it is more of a grinding down. It's more closer, deeper into it. But 110 kilometers to go. Pogacar's finding himself about 31 seconds down. Nils Pollard, I think we've got Florian. No, is that Florian Vermeersch? I would think they would try and keep the Belgian a bit deeper into the race, how he's been going. We're seeing the front group here. It does include Mats Pedersen. He's got Matthias Vacek around him. We have number one for Movistar as well, a team we haven't really touched on at all. So I'll make sure to get them up as well. But UAT Mermaids, they are in that second group, desperately trying to claw this back. And obviously that is firepower that they didn't want to waste. 3 riders right now. Mikkel Bjerg riding second wheel, Nils Pollard third wheel. It's going to be handed over to Mikkel Bjerg now. The 3-time world time trial champion Florian Vermeersch has been left up in the front group, so that's a very good move. We were saying that there was a race scenario where Mathieu van der Poel and Tadej Pogacar look at each other and Florian Vermeersch goes up the road and then wins. And would UAE be happy about that? I mean, it would be a victory, but they probably would be like, well, it's not the guy we would have wanted to win with. 109 kilometers to go, 23 seconds. It's not detrimental right now. Still able to get back here. Nils Pollard, the former runner-up, as we said, back in 2019, behind Philippe Gilbert, 24 seconds. Such a strong rider, former podium finisher at the Ronde van Vlaanderen, won Tour de France stages as well, or Tour de France stage when he was riding for Bora, and such a good rider. I mean, he was the domestique of the year when he first went over to the race, to UAT Mermaids. They're very good at picking out these strong riders and just getting them in the perfect role. Flat tire as well, or actually let me just, my pro cycling stats was a bit out of date, but riders pulling in that second group, we said Morgado, UAE Uno X having a bit of a problem with one of their riders. I think this is Varenschald getting a bike swap with his teammate. Yeah, they didn't do that with Tadej Pogacar. Sometimes you have riders, domestiques, riding the leader's bike for the whole race just to be able to switch it. And for the time being, 107.8 kilometers, 22 seconds. Tadej Pogacar, still a bit of a chase back, but if the pressure is going at the front, it's going to take a few bullets for them to get back, and obviously burning up his teammates as well is not going to be the best. But Alpecin doesn't look like they're taking prisoners here. They're really keeping the pressure on, and I mean, you're burning up the UAE riders, so why not? Why wouldn't you? 107 kilometers to go, and they're getting ever closer to the next sector. Sector 20, 2.5 kilometers, 4-star sector. They're Valles, and that's the one before the Arenberg. So this is going to be a pivotal sector, 4-star sector, 2.5 kilometers. That is a whole lot of hurt, and if Alpecin really does grind it down, this is where positioning is going to be very important for the riders, not to get caught out. Flat tires could happen everywhere, and yeah, they should really look out for this as well. Great to have so many people in the chat, and let me know where you're watching from as well. Let me know who you think is going to be winning. It's great to see so many familiar names. Maybe our poll is a bit old as well, so we should probably start a new poll. So let me know what the poll should be as well. We've got 1,400 of you voting in the poll. 61% believe it's Tadej Pogacar for the win. 31% for Mathieu Van Der Poel. 6% for Wout van Aert. And Mats Pedersen, 3%. So 106.5. Ineos Grenadiers up here towards the front as well. Soudal Quick-Step up here as well. Decathlon, all the big teams really pushing on. This is kind of a gift for them. 18 seconds. UAE Team Emirates. Obviously, there's safety chicane coming in to Arenberg, so we'll see what happens with that, what impact that's going to have in the 2024 edition. 2024, it didn't really do much there, but yeah, we got Q36.5. A lot of these teams just trying to really put the pace on even more. They want to try and make the most of this gift in a way with Pogacar, but I mean, it is a monument. It's not a Grand Tour, so the rules are different. You don't have to wait for the world champion. You being world champion doesn't really mean anything in this race. But 105.6 kilometers, ever closer to the next sector, the Valais 4-star sector. This one is really going to do something, I think. They're very close to the start of the sector now. I think they're going to turn into it shortly. 19 seconds. UAE Team Emirates are really throwing the hammer down in this second peloton. Many riders in this group will absolutely be loving this as well, because they're going to be coming back into contention as well. It's 21 seconds. Niels Pollard, they're burning their domestiques here. Are we going to get a scenario where we potentially see Tadej Pogacar having to pull at the front as well? Everyone in that second peloton is going to be looking towards UAE. They're not going to be doing an inch of work for them. So we could potentially see Tadej Pogacar having to come out with 100-ish kilometers to try and pull this gap back. And obviously that's going to hurt his chances of winning a lot as well. So this is a very dangerous and delicate situation. If that did happen, obviously, I think we would see Florian Vermeersch drop back. But now we're coming into Sector 20, the Valais, 2.5 kilometers. It is Red Bull Bora-Hansgrohe really trying to increase the pressure. Alpecin de Koenig, or Alpecin Premier Tech, they're really pushing on as well. We still have NSN riders in there, Ineos Grenadiers riders, the dust kicking up from the motorbike, Decathlon AG2R, Visma Lease bike, they're all present up here towards the front. And when do they tell Florian Vermeersch to come back? Oh, Vermeersch has a flat, he has a mechanical. The nightmare continues. The nightmare continues for UAE Team Emirates. So Florian Vermeersch, the gods have struck him down in terms of a mechanical here, and he will be... Pogacar is at the front. Pogacar is pulling in that second peloton. So Pogacar, one of the best Paris-Roubaix riders, is pulling this gap back himself now. And how many bullets will he be spending here? 1.8 kilometers, 104 kilometers, and he's going to be passing his teammate of Florian Vermeersch very soon. So Florian Vermeersch is not even going to be able to help his team leader. So disaster here for for UAE Emirates. At the front, it's still Alpecin and Red Bull. There's a side wind. They've got 1.5 kilometers still left of this sector. But obviously, Pogacar's better of many. Oh, Van der Poel! Van der Poel comes out. He knows that he has a bit of a gap here to Tadej Pogacar. He wants to really make a mano a mano here. So Mathieu Van der Poel, 103.6 kilometers out, has just upped the pressure, and he's out by himself. Are we going to see a 103-kilometer attack from the Flying Dutchman? The three-time winner is trying to do something. He knows that he's lost. Tadej has lost all his domestiques. This is a very good move as well when you think about it, because Jasper Philipsen will be in that second group and could potentially be on the wheel of Tadej all the way to the velodrome. But Mathieu Van der Poel is increasing the pressure. He didn't like that the pace wasn't hard enough. And the man who has won the last 3 editions of the race is coming out in front and really putting the pressure. But now it's Tadej in the second group, 17 seconds down against Mathieu Van der Poel. He's just dancing past all the riders being spat out from that front group. There's 600 meters left of this sector. We've got the Arenberg coming, but the duel is already here. Mr. Paris-Roubaix versus Mr. Monument, or shall we say Mr. Tour of Flanders in the last 2 years. So this is absolutely remarkable what's going on here. Are we going to see a mano in the Arenberg already in different parts of the road? So this is incredible. Great to have 900 people in the chat. Do smash the like button if you haven't already. But Tadej Pogacar just dancing past the remnants of that front group. There's still 80 meters left, 102.2 kilometers. Will this have done anything to bruise Tadej Pogacar? Mathieu Van der Poel coming through the feed zone here. They're looking around a bit, and this is the bit of the lull that they need to snap out of. They need to put the hood on if they're going to be able to do something about this. But Pogacar with no UAE riders in sight. Delicate position this for the world champion. Obviously, we know he's an absolute machine. We see him in Strade Bianche with the big attacks. He was visibly tired, obviously, in the Tour of Flanders, but this is different. We're seeing Arnaud Delis. He's just in no man's land, unfortunately. So it's not going to be his edition again. As we said, he finished 50th in his first edition of the race. But what we're not looking around as well. This looking around is bad, though. You're letting back Tadej Pogacar, 101.5 kilometers. The Arenberg is the next part. This is the next sector we're going into. This is what we've all come to for the race, many of us, to see what's going to happen here. But 101.2 kilometers, 19 seconds here, 19 seconds. Still a bit of a gap, and we know in these monument races, in these hard races, this can feel like absolute, eternal bridge to gap. But Tadej Pogacar still riding at the front of that second group, 17 seconds down, 108 kilometers left of Paris-Roubaix 2026. The Slovenian, the world champion, desperately wanting to join that group of Rick van Looy, Roger de Vlaming and Eddy Merckx in the 123rd edition of the race. He looks around, looks for any support, but Lidl Trek have a guy up there. Visma Lease Bike have a guy up there. Red Bull have guys up there, so nobody's going to be able to give him, or wanting to give him, a turn. Matthias Vacek, he comes towards the front. He's going to be working for Mads Pedersen. This is very early to kind of dispatch of your domestiques, but it's a golden opportunity for many of these riders with Tadej Pogacar at the back. He was looking so good, but one flat really costing him then. Florian Vermeersch, disaster, absolute disaster for Tadej and UAE Emirates. But we've seen him come back for worse, so I wouldn't put it past Tadej to come back again. Obviously, we know he's such a strong rider, and we've seen him do absolute incredible rides, so it's not like this is anything new to him. So we'll wait and see if he can pull this back. Is this going to be his most epic comeback ever in his career? We saw him in Strade Bianche crashing. We saw him crashing. Where was the other one? Where was the other crash? Milan San Remo. There we go. So it's not a crash. This is a different kind of comeback. But there's a lot of looking around. 18 seconds still, but this looking around is not going to help them. You need to spend your domestiques here, teams. If you're going to want to try and get a podium, this is a golden opportunity for many of these riders to get on the podium. Biniam is in this front group as well. This is a great position for him to be in. And there are a few NSN riders, so why are they not trying to do something? But 20 seconds now. Tadej Pogacar just trying in that very smooth style he has. He's being marked by riders. Ooh, is he coming back to a bigger group? Is this the front group? He's joining a bigger group, so I'm not sure what group this is. I don't know if this is correct. It's a different group from split off from that first group. So they can visibly see that front group. It looks like they are just taking it quite easy in that front group. So Pogacar has got them within touching distance. They're saying about 16 seconds. 16 seconds. I mean, guys, you have an advantage on the favorite for many people. But yeah, they're getting ever closer to the Arenberg. There will be a few bullets spent by Tadej, but I don't think it's going to be detrimental to him. But Tadej Pogacar, he's 12 seconds away. It looks like they are going to be rejoining that front group. And yeah, that mano a mano, Mathieu van Aert versus Tadej Pogacar looks like it is going to be very much over soon. But they are letting back a big group of riders as well by not really putting the pressure on. And I'm not looking to help us in. I'm looking to the minor favorites. But Tadej will get them back. He will bridge this gap now to that front group. So Tadej, with 98 kilometers to go, has bridged the gap almost. And yeah, missed opportunity potentially for many of these smaller teams. But Tadej completes the comeback there. So that was a good ride for him. There was a rider there in there as well. So there was a rider. Or is this the front group? Let's just see. Binny is in there. So I think it is the front group. Yeah. So UAE Team Emirates, they are back in the front with Tadej. 97.9 kilometers. Who is that? That was a rider. I think, was that Florian Vermeersch? I think it was Florian, but we thought he had a mechanical. Maybe it was another rider, but he makes the catch there. Mathieu van Aert has showed his teeth a bit. We're getting a slow-mo of that as well. We're getting ever closer to the Arenberg. So we will see what happens here. But for the time being, it is looking pretty good for Tadej. So Tadej, Mathieu van Aert. Mads Pedersen maybe even more because he's not really doing anything. The Arenberg is the next stop. The next stop is Arenberg. Getting very close. Let's just get the complete, what am I saying? Let's just get the accurate countdown, courtesy of Pro Cycling Stats. But we are in the Arenberg. The Arenberg, there is a very interesting village as well. It's not much there, to be honest. And yeah, when you are there in this kind of period, there is just a caravan of Belgians and French that have lined up. We're very close to it now. Very close. We're within touching distance, within a kilometer, I think, of the Arenberg. And this is the final reminder, I will say, that obviously, if you want to see my poor climbing bike getting absolute put through the test, that is available on the Cycling Day in Action channel. But right now, the main group, the front group, which is very small, can't be more than 30 riders, are just jostling around. Who's going to be the first ones? We're seeing Wout van Aert with teammates. Ineos Grenadiers up towards the front. And Tadej Pogacar with his final teammate as well. Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe trying to get in position as well. Mathieu van Aert not really up towards the front. They're making their way through the Arenberg. Remember, there was that safety concern as well. What was going to happen? Is this good enough? They were trying to make it more safe, but I mean, yeah, it's very hard to make the Arenberg safe. But yeah, 95.9 kilometers. They're coming into the last few corners. They're going to see the Arenberg Forest. Visma Lease Bike determined to be the first team to dictate the pace. They're going to cross a train line as well. Or have they already done it? And yeah, Wout van Aert riding in second wheel. We've got Mathieu van Aert riding in about fourth wheel. Tadej Pogacar trying to make his way up. They've got 300 meters until the Pave sector, the Arenberg, sector 19. the crown jewel of the race for many people. Obviously, we have the Carrefour de l'Arbre, but Visma Lease bike and Alps in the Koenig, they're crossing the train line now. And then we're going to get very close now. They've taken the speed out by with a different run-in. And now they are on the Arenberg 5-star sector, 2.3 kilometers. It has a bit of a descent running into it. So it's not actually flat. It has a bit of a speed. But Wout van Aert is the man leading them through it. The man who has finished on the podium twice in Paris-Roubaix before. Absolutely just brimming with confidence, doing his best. This is legendary scenes. Not quite as wet as we would have wanted it, but absolutely doing his best to push the pressure on. Right now, we're seeing the back end with a Tour de Pro cyclist rider. 94.8 kilometers, 1.8 kilometers still to go of the sector. So 500 meters. They're going 50 kilometers an hour. 50 kilometers. And many of the riders trying to get some salvation on their side of the road where there is no cobblestone set. Well, they haven't put any fencing up for it. Biniam Girmay darting off to the side as well. Oh, crash, NSN rider. So the Arenberg Forest has claimed a victim already. But Mathieu van der Poel riding second wheel, Tadej Pogacar riding third wheel. The kings of this race. There is a Red Bull rider riding second wheel right now. And Wout van Aert, 1.3 kilometers, just keeping... Oh, another crash. Riders are dropping like flies in the back here. The group is splitting up. 1.2 kilometers, 94 kilometers. Danish flag as well. Portuguese flags as well for Antonio Morgado. Oh! Van der Poel! No! Van der Poel! Oh, he quickly jumps on a different bike. I think this is Philipsen's... Oh my goodness, Philipsen's bike. And that is going to be detrimental here. Mathieu van der Poel. Is Tadej Pogacar just going to throw him? Oh my goodness. Van der Poel. No. Van der Poel. Oh, no. The 4 in a row. It looks like it's in jeopardy now. This is absolutely disaster. Disaster. Neutral service bike is maybe going to go to Van der Poel as well. This is detrimental. Binny coming past him. He can't do anything about this. And wow. Mathieu van der Poel. This is he's doing his his teammate is trying to switch the bikes here. This is time that he does not want losing. Oh my goodness, there's so much time going past. Oh my goodness, this is Van der Poel. He knows this might be his Roubaix over. Thibaut Del Grosso quickly mechanic. And Van der Poel, this is detrimental. He switches the bikes, and this is going to be... Oh, my goodness. Van der Poel, the many times he's graced, floated over this sector. And now Van der Poel, this is not what we want to see. Now it could be... Oh, you know who might be licking his lips right now? That might be Jonas... no, not Jonas Vingegaard. The other Dane of... Wow. Scenes... they claimed another victim here. Wow. Wow. 92.6 kilometers, and Mathieu van der Poel is, wait for it, 1 minute and 30 seconds behind. Wow, this front group now is a very select group. Wout van Aert has a teammate with him. I think it's Laporte. But Mathieu van der Poel with Abrahamsen on his wheel, I think. And this is absolutely detrimental. The 4 in a row does not look like it's going to happen, guys. Laporte at the front. Wout van Aert, Mess Peloton, this is a golden opportunity for them. I would think they are better sprinters than Tadej Pogacar, but... yeah, this is a delicate situation. Lawrence Pifty up there as well. Abrahamsen with Mathieu van der Poel. So in that front selection, we've got Tadej Pogacar, Mess Peloton, Wout van Aert, Laporte, Stefan Biesinger, Jasper Stuyven, Lawrence Pifty. This has thrown the race completely. Oh, Van der Poel, more problems. Van der Poel, more problems here. 1 minute and 39 seconds. This is not what he wanted. Another puncture. Oh, he's not even off the Arenberg. The Arenberg has really just kablamoed Mathieu van der Poel's chances. He can see the end of it. Kubish is coming past him. Wow. This is... Wow. Yeah. Oh. This is... He's had so much good luck in Paris-Roubaix. And this was the one where he had bad luck. Bad luck coming in spades for Mathieu Van Aert in this race. That was absolutely catastrophic. But there's going to be many riders licking their lips now with Mr. Roubaix out of the picture. Tadej Pogacar, Mats Pedersen, Wout van Aert. It's open. It's open. And let's just have a poll. We haven't had a poll for a while. And do you think Mathieu Van Aert can win from this position? Can he win? If he wins from here, yeah. This is absolutely a remarkable addition. I don't think the 4 in a row is going to happen. His 3 in a row was remarkable. It hadn't happened since the 1980s, a rider doing this. He's 2 minutes and 13 seconds down. Even though he's a demigod, I think this is going to be very hard. I think he knows this is going to be very hard as well. 2 minutes. He's going to burn a lot of bullets. It depends where all the other riders are. Philipsen is not in that front group. They shouldn't have let Philipsen drop. He should have stayed in that front selection, I think. It's easy to say when chaos is happening in front of it, and I think it also just shows the loyalty from Jasper Philipsen. What a team. But obviously, yeah, they have a very, very unique bond, those two. They've been part of each other's victories so many times. So yeah, this is very bad. But Tadej Pogacar is in a very good position now, but so is Mats Pedersen now, Wout van Aert. There's plenty of riders in there that can potentially do something as well. Smash the like button as well if you're new here, and why not subscribe to the channel? We have also got our podcast available on Spotify, so do check that out. We'll do the recap race analysis over there as well, and our weekly race show as well, so plenty of interviews available. So a bit of a plug for that are available on Spotify. But for the time being, we're just thinking about the absolute carnage that the Arenberg has delivered, and Thibaut Del Grosso doing a very good bike service there as well. He definitely changed the bike a lot quicker than many of us would have changed it. So in that panic, getting the service bike, that absolutely extraordinary. No crash, but double punctures, absolutely detrimental for Mathieu Van Aert. But will he be able to get back? That is the big question. Yeah. But plenty of sectors to go. We're in sector 18 now. Sector 18, 89.3 kilometers still to go. Ghana is in the second group, 22 seconds down. Mathieu Van Aert is taking something out of this advantage. Laporte's still in there as well, working for Wout van Aert. Stefan Biesinger, that second group. If Mathieu Van Aert could get into the second group, that would be very good. Shame for Mats Pedersen that he didn't have Matthias Vacek in there, or Jonathan Milan, or someone, just a second rider in there. So that's a bit unfortunate for them. But it is a gift for many of these riders having Mathieu Van Aert 2 minutes down. We said it was a gift with Pogacar. As we can see, a mechanical can strike at any point. But 88.7 kilometers still to go. Are we going to see a real fight at the front? And are we potentially going to see, for the first time in 3 years, not a Mathieu Van Aert in the top of the podium? Wout van Aert pushing on. He knows this is a golden opportunity. Tadej Pogacar, they have to do some kind of allegiance. But, I mean, working with Tadej Pogacar on this kind of surface, I mean, they're probably fine with this. Mats Pedersen and Tadej Pogacar and Wout van Aert definitely could roll with the punches a bit more, I think, than we saw in the Tour of Flanders. But 25 seconds down for Ghana, and unfortunately not in this front group. And this is the podium going away. Yeah, it's very much true. Is this going to be a slam for Tadej Pogacar, or is it going to be the first Roubaix for Wout van Aert or Mats Pedersen? Obviously, it would be great to see a Danish winner of this race. We've never had one in the 123 editions. I don't think we've ever, before Mads Pedersen, had one on the podium either. 87.7 kilometers, 100 meters left of sector 18. We're getting the Mathieu van der Poel group coming into this sector as well. 1 minute and 55 seconds down. How much work does Mathieu van der Poel do as well? There is a bit of an allegiance with some of the other teams as well, so that's good to see. Pogacar didn't have that at all. Him and UAE had to do all the pulling, but maybe now, I think, is this Eva Lampard? We had the rainbow bands, not the rainbow bands, the Belgian bands on the sleeves. Mads Pedersen working well as well. Laurens Pithy in a great position as well. We said in his debut race he was up there. Had, was it a crash or mechanical? I think it was a crash, but did manage to salvage a 7th place in the end, which was very good on debut. The Kiwi rider. We have Laporte up here as well, former winner of so many great races, getting E3 in the past. So we'll see, but Laporte working very well for Wout van Aert. Sturven would love to get a good result here as well. So it's a very strong group at the front, 87.1 kilometers. Ghana, 28 seconds. We can see them in the back as well, that second group chasing down. Mathieu van der Poel's group still 2 minutes down. So Van der Poel 2 minutes down. Oh, what a shame. I hope the race still stays as intriguing as it does. And the Arenberg Forest, we had it moments ago. And do check out my poor climbing bike trying to survive the toughest sector of Roubaix. But on the Action channel, our third channel. 3 channels here on the Cycling Dane. So, for the time being, it's going to be an interesting one. As DB Cooper says as well, the Café de l'Arbre is going to decide today, potentially. Or are we going to get people coming in the velodrome? We haven't seen that for a while. So the next couple sectors to look out for, we've got a four-star sector coming up in sector 17. Sector 15 as well, 4-star sector. Rosière, and obviously they have far longer names, but I am not qualified for that. But the Mont en Puvel, the next 5-star sector, is 3 kilometers long. That is coming up in about, I would say, 30 kilometers ish time. And then the Café de l'Arbre coming very close, or closer to the finish. So there's a lot to look out for, but the big heads of state have really come to the front in that front group. Tadej Pogacar, Mads Pedersen, Wout van Aert all have finished on the podium. Christophe Laporte, Stefan Bissinger, Jasper Stuyven, Laurens Pithy, and then in the second group, Ghana, Jordi Meeus in that group apparently. And then in the third group is where Mathieu van der Poel is further behind. The third group on the road has Jonathan Milan, Matthias Vacek, so a bit of a care package if they do catch the front guys from Mads Pedersen. Dan Hula in there as well, Connor Swift on a very good ride, Gianni Vermeersch, Tim Van Dijken, Mike Chernissen, Louis Aski in there, Anthony Togis, and Luke Durbridge. Durbridge, I seem to recall him being very good in Roubaix. Obviously a good roller. Let's just get my facts correct. Has he finished inside the top 10? No. Okay, top 20. Why do I think conflate him with doing well at Paris-Roubaix? Anyway, we are getting very close to the next sector, sector 17, 3.7 kilometers long, 4-star sector. And this will be quite an interesting sector for the riders. Can they keep the pressure on the Mathieu van der Poel chase? This is a golden opportunity, but he's just going to be spending a lot of bullets, obviously. So we will wait and see. Ghana, if he could get back in and get a top 10, that would be very good. But as we've seen, a puncture can absolutely affect anyone. Anyone can be affected by a puncture. So we'll wait and see if anyone is stricken by the bad luck that Tadej Pogacar and Mathieu van der Poel have already received. Mads Pedersen has been in this situation in the past. I think it was 2024 where you did a lot of the chase back. And it looks like he's doing a very good job at keeping away from the bad luck. But obviously the bad luck doesn't work like that. Let's just have a poll as well. Who you think is going to win if this stays in that front group? So we had quite a few of you voting, almost 500 of you. But who will win? So we're trying to say who will win if this stays the same. So a bit of context there. as it is. So Mathieu van Poel has cut out a lot as well. So he is only 1 minute and 42 seconds down, but I mean that is still quite a long way. Let's be honest. This is definitely an uphill battle. There's no real big climbs in this race, but this is a metaphorical climb for Mathieu van Poel and Alpecin. And right now we're seeing Tadej Pogacar is still contributing with the work. Ghana, I think he has just made the bridge. So Ghana did just bridge up with Jordi Meeus of all people. So Red Bull in a very good position with Jordi Meeus and Laurens Piffy. Jordi Meeus, we didn't really talk too much about him. I mean, you wouldn't really want to drag him to the finish. A man who won the Copenhagen Sprint last year. He took win in the Samen Classic, was up there in the Vuelta of Gave on 2 of the stages. So, in terms of Paris-Roubaix, how he's finished there, he's finished 8th in the 2024 edition, so he's no stranger to having a good result in Paris-Roubaix. So, a very good mix of riders. So, you actually had Laurens Piffy and him 7th, 8th, and now their teammates from that edition. Ghana up there. Ghana would love to improve on his 6th place and end the curse of winning the under-23 Paris-Roubaix and potentially getting the win here. But very intriguing group. But Tadej Pogacar's job is a lot harder. 83.2 kilometers to go. We're very close to where he attacked in Strade Bianche, but obviously a very different terrain. So we'll see if he's going to be able to do what he did there and in Paris-Roubaix. We will wait and see. But for the time being, Ghana looking around. How much is he going to try and pull here? I mean, who's going to be playing possum in the race? That remains to be seen. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see who's going to be playing around here. There are a lot of good riders. There's a lot of cards to play from different teams. But Tadej, is he going to be able to do something? How does Tadej win in this situation? 82.6 kilometers to go. Ever closer to the next cobble sector. And obviously we're looking out for the big 5-star sectors. So this is an interesting part of the race. 4-star sector, sector 17. That is what they're enduring now. 3.7 kilometers long. Is this going to damage any of the riders' hopes and dreams? As we said earlier, we'll wait and see. But for the time being, it's looking fairly good for this group. I would probably try and get the Red Bull guys to do some more, expend their bullets a bit more. With Red Bull and Visma having 2 guys in here, I'd be like, come on guys, you need to pull a bit. Mathieu van Poel is only 1 minute and 36 seconds down. But Tadej comes to the front here, so he wants to try and reduce the selection down. He is gapping a bit. Jasper Sturman just closes the gap. Ghana has a flat. The mechanicals strike again. The mechanicals strike again. Oh my goodness. Wow. Ghana. It's just nobody's spared. Wout van Aert and Pillars in the day. Absolutely. Lucky that they're not being stricken down by this curse. 2.9 kilometers still to go. 81.6 kilometers left of the race. 40 seconds to the second group on the road. But Tadej Pogacar is lifting the pace, just trying to get a bit of a selection from this very elite group and just digging into some of the other riders. Visma Lease Bikes guys seem to be all right with this pace lifted. Just seeing some riders dropping out a bit. Mads Pedersen sitting very calm there. Ghana's being picked up by that second group, but obviously he is wanting a bike change, so this is going to be a bit of a shame for him. I think he's going to be seeing Mathieu van Poel very soon as well. So Ghana might be seeing Van der Poel. Van der Poel comes to the front now of his group, just lifting the pace, 1 minute 30 seconds down. So he really needs to try and pull this group back as much as possible. Still 80.9 kilometers to go. Doesn't really want to expend too much energy. There is a Niels Pollard in this group as well. So that is a bit of an annoyance for Van der Poel having UAE guys in there. Van der Poel is bridging the other guys now. So is he thinking maybe he can get up to that second group by himself and then saving himself there. 80.7 kilometers, 1.9 kilometers still left of this 4-star sector. Remember, we have got bigger fish coming up in terms of sectors, and this is looking like a very promising situation for many of those riders in that top 8 group. Stefan Bissegger in the top 10 last year. Is his first Roubaix with his new team of Decathlon. They would absolutely love top 5. Laporte, could he potentially get another top 10 in this race? But Tadej Pogacar chasing that elusive final monument. I mean, it's not as elusive as it was Milan-San Remo. He did very well last year, so came very close there. Sturven, I mean, he desperately wants to take a monument win after his Milan-San Remo in 2021. Obviously riding for a new team as well, and ending that drought for Soudal Quickstep would be very nice for them. And I mean, so many narratives. Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe, can they potentially win this? Obviously, we saw their very unique buggy style that they were employing to practice on the cobbles. We saw that used by Mads Pedersen as well. A beach buggy, I think that's what you call it. But Niels Polle is on Mathieu Van der Poel marking duties in the Van der Poel group. He's still 1 minute 27 seconds down, but he's clawing himself back to the Ghana group. There's around 30 seconds between him and the Ghana group. So maybe there's some allegiances he can get in that group, but it's still... Jordi Meeus is struggling here. So Jordi Meeus, the former Champs-Élysées stage winner, he is just struggling. The former top 8 finisher of this race is just feeling the pressure a bit. The Belgian, Tadej Pogacar's pressure really putting some of the riders into a bit of a bother. And Mathieu Van der Poel has just absolutely imploded that group he was in. Right now, he's dragging along Niels Pollard, Ineos Grenadiers guy, and a Visma Lease bike rider as well. So stringing out this group. So again, it's mano a mano between Tadej Pogacar and Mathieu Van der Poel, but it's, flipped. They flipped it. 78.7 kilometers still to go. 1 minute and 2 seconds for Ghana. He's absolutely hemorrhaging time to Van der Poel right now, but Van der Poel not really making a dent into this, and Van der Poel picking up stragglers. Is this Jonathan Milan? I think Jonathan Milan. So he's picked up Jonathan Milan as well. So who's going to be joining on this Mathieu Van der Poel Express? 78.5 kilometers still in this 4-star sector. And of course, the next challenging sector for these guys is going to come in sector 15. We got a sector 16 has 2.4 kilometers to go as well, but riders dropping back as well for Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe. The women's race is starting now, so I got it a bit wrong. I thought the women's race had finished already, but the women's race has started as well, so we'll see who is going to win that. Is Demi Vollering on the start list? Of course, she won Tour of Flanders last week with Pauline Prévost on the podium. 77.9 kilometers. And I wonder if the Espoir race finished. But Laporte, he's just at the front here when they're off the sector. 1 minute and 33 seconds. There's around 27 seconds between Ghana and Van der Poel's group. So who is in that Ghana group? That's the big question. Has he got any teammates? We haven't got a Jasper Philipsen, so unfortunately Jasper Philipsen's race also got destroyed by the Van der Poel Mechanicals. But in that second group, it's kind of the fourth group because Pithy and Jordi Meeus are out that front group. There's only 6 guys now in this group. But in that chasing group where Ghana is in, there's Milan, there's Vacek, there's not Milan anymore because we saw him getting passed by Mathieu Van der Poel. So he's not in there anywhere. But Vacek is in there. Per Strand Hagenes. Dan Hula, I think, still is in there. Ghana, Wind, Connor Swift. Gianni Vermeersch, Tim Van Dijken, Mike Cherneson. But Red Bull kind of imploding a bit, unfortunately. They look like they were in a very good situation. At the front, we still have 6 riders. It's Laporte, it's Stefan Bissegger, Mads Pedersen up here, Tadej Pogacar, Wout van Aert, and Jasper Stuyven. Jasper Stuyven and Mads Pedersen, such good friends and teammates last year. Imagine if they had this position. That would have been an absolutely impeccable position. But Connor Swift now, he's working for the group, the Ghana group. So he's sacrificing himself for the services of Ghana. And yeah, Ghana obviously being their big steam engine that they want to try and do, but they're trying to limit the time between them and Mathieu van der Poel. Tadej Pogacar, Wout van Aert, they're still rolling through. The relays are still very inefficient right now. And it's looking fairly cooperative at the front. They are really just working together very well. And yeah, this is looking very remarkable from that front. Well, not remarkable, but they have a common goal. So they are really working together. There is an allegiance. That's what I was trying to get at least between these guys. But who do we think is going to win? That is the big question. I mean, I'm going to vote for Mads Pedersen in this situation. I think Mads Pedersen is looking fairly good. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new here. I really appreciate it. We're coming close to 60,000 subscribers. And if you have already subscribed, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I really mean that. 44 seconds for the Red Bull group. They have well and truly been distant. So they're going to be picked up by this Ghana group. So what could have been, they look like they were in a very good situation. But yeah, the next sector is 2.4 kilometers long. 3-star sector before we come to the next 4-star sector, which is 2.4 kilometers as well. So in very short succession, we're going to get 4.8 kilometers of very hard cobbles coming up. So yeah, 1 minute and 28 seconds for Van der Poel. He hasn't really moved the needle in terms of the advantage to that front group as well. 1 minute and 28 seconds, 75 kilometers still to go. The race has really opened up quite far out, but we're quite used to that with Roubaix as well. This front select group, they are on the next sector now, 2.4 kilometers, 3-star sector. The Vallée à Brillant. But yeah, 74.8 kilometers is still a long way in Roubaix. And as we've seen, the flat tires can absolutely strike anyone. Mads Pedersen on the wheel of Tadej Pogacar. They're working very cohesively at the front. And I think they have to do it. And many of these guys know that they have it over Pogacar in terms of a sprint, or they at least think they do. Remember, Mads Pedersen has been beaten for a podium in Milan-San Remo by Tadej Pogacar. So, yeah, it's not a given. And after, 258 kilometers, you don't know how your legs are going to react. Jordi Meeuw's here. He's just struggling to hold the wheel of his teammate, Lawrence Piffy. So it's probably best just to drop back to that Ghana group, recover as best as you can, and then go again. But obviously the pace is going quite high as well, hard. The Ghana group is on sector 16 now as well. So we will wait and see. 74 kilometers, 1.5 kilometers left for the front 6. So we'll see if the selection is going to be driven down. Mathieu van der Poel, fair bit of play to Mathieu van der Poel to still keep going. Many people would have just been like, ugh, what is this? I can't get back. Just sit out. But obviously, yeah, he's a champion. He knows he's done so many heroic comebacks. Remember the Amstel Gold one? Okay, that was a good few years ago. But yeah, if he can do that, that would be... Yeah, I think this one would almost be more epic than his Amstel Gold one. But yeah, we'll wait and see. We're almost on 200 likes as well. Great to have 1,600 people in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from as well. Let's try and do it with a flag. So put a flag in the chat. And that would be very funny to see all our flags show up as well. But great to have so many people here around the world. And yeah, let me know who you think is going to win. Do you think Pogacar is going to enter the history books, being the first non-Belgian to win all the monuments? That is the big question. But yeah. Oh, Jonathan Milan. Oh, okay, I saw a little Trek rider talking in the radio and slowing down. I thought, oh, my heart just for a second, Mads Pedersen. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I like the narrative of seeing Mads Pedersen win this. I like seeing Wout van Aert win this as well. Jasper Stuyven would also be an interesting one. But Tadej Pogacar, I think all of them winning would be an interesting story in itself. We're seeing Stefan Bissinger. How do you play this? You're not really the biggest card here. I would try and keep it under wraps. Just shy away. Don't do too much work. Keep your powder dry, and then boom, attack at the right point. Of course, he's struggled recently at getting big victories, but we'll see. 72.4 kilometers. 1 minute and 28 seconds to the Mathieu Van Aert group. He's still got 2 anchors on his wheel of Niels Pollitt. He really needs to get rid of Niels Pollitt. It would be better if he had Jasper Philipsen in here. It was, yeah, a tactical error letting Philipsen go. We got Greenland in the house, I think. France as well. The UK. Philippines. Canada. So great to see so many flags in the chat. Germany as well. But yeah, when's the last time we had a French winner of this race? I'm thinking Laporte. Oh no! Laporte! Oh my god, Pogacar has now got... Oh my god, Pogacar has got problems. Guys, this race is so funny. No crashes for the favorites, but plenty of mechanicals. And now Tadej Pogacar is finding himself... Oh my goodness. This race just keeps delivering with funny things. Bike change for Tadej Pogacar. Bike change for Tadej Pogacar. No service bike this time, unfortunately. 71.5 kilometers. And how much time does he... Well, how much will that take out of him as well? Is he going to drop back to the Ghana group? Probably not. But now we find ourselves in a position where the 2 favorites are not on this sector 15. And now Laporte, you just need to drill it. Laporte needs to drill it. Tadej Pogacar is on this 2.4 kilometer 4-star sector as well. They've got a 12-second gap, 10-second gap. Tadej Pogacar is absolutely going to be hoovering this up. There is going to be team cars up ahead of him, so he is going to kind of just benefit a bit from the draft as well. But right now, yeah, I don't think he's going to be too worried about this. But yeah, Laporte really needs to ignite this a bit. He could be blocked by the cars a bit. So we'll wait and see. But Laporte needs to ignite it a bit if he was going to do any real damage. But yeah, we were talking about impressive records that could happen today as well. Oh, Wout van Aert. Wout van Aert bike change. Guys, oh my goodness. Mads Pedersen is just looking like, if Mads Pedersen wins and doesn't have a bike change, Trek needs to do an advert about that. Or the tyres, at least. Obviously, it's not really anything to do with the bike. But Wout van Aert is, yeah, in a bad situation right now. So, yeah, this race keeps delivering in terms of the excitement. 70 kilometers to go, 1.3 kilometers left of this sector. Mads Pedersen comes to the front. The 2 friends of Jasper Stuyven and him, they know they have a golden opportunity. The 3 biggest names of this race in terms of favorites are out the back. So, yeah, I mean, you have to take your chances when the universe gives it to them. Nobody waited for Mads Pedersen when he punctured, so this is the time. Tadej Pogacar, 11-second gap. He is seeing team cars in front of him, so he could potentially just get a bit of an advantage there with that. So, yeah, the last time we had a Belgian winner in terms of thinking of Jasper Stuyven was obviously Philippe Gilbert. French winner, the last French winner, back in 1997. Frédéric Guston. Guiston? I'm sure I'm going to get some corrections in the chat for that from our French friends. But they're saying 10-second gap. And Wout van Aert, where's he? He's further back, I think. It was not as smooth a bike change. Where is he finding himself? That is the big question. But Wout van Aert and Tadej Pogacar having a bit of bad luck there. But Ineos Grenadiers, they are 20 seconds in front of Mathieu Van Aert. Van der Poel should try and get up to this group there. Mathieu Van der Poel is 1 minute and 27 seconds down still, so he has this bit of a way to go, and he needs to activate a maximum cyclocross effort. Of course, many of the cyclocross races are normally just 1 hour, and it seems like that's how he kind of played many of these races or these Roubaix editions that he won. He kind of waited for the last hour to kind of step off everyone. But Ivan Garcia Contina is up here as well in that Ghana group. So that's pretty good ride from him with Movistar. Ivan Garcia Cortina, how's he done in this race in the past? He's a pretty good cobble rider. So yeah, but right now we're seeing Mathieu van der Poel just distancing the former podium finisher of Niels Pollitt. So Niels Pollitt, can the runner-up of the 2019 edition fight back? 68.8 kilometers still to go. Tadej Pogacar will be able to see the front. Yeah, he's got 6 seconds, 5 seconds. I think he's getting a bit of a drag. The Sudal car is slowing down, obviously, and so is the little Trek car. None of them want to give him a service. Sticky Bottle, not really. He can see the 4 riders out in front, so Tadej Pogacar is going to be making his way to the front of the race. So yeah, this is looking pretty good now for Tadej Pogacar again. Survived the scare. It was very composed. They didn't panic, and yeah, a good recovery from them. Not too panicky there from the guys. So yeah, are we gonna see anything? That remains to be seen. But in the front group now, Tadej Pogacar, Mads Pedersen, Laporte, Stefan Bissinger, Jasper Stuyven. None of these riders have ever won the race, so we will wait and see what happens. Yeah, very, very interesting to say the least. But yeah, are we gonna see Tadej Pogacar win this race? Wout van Aert is 28 seconds down. Mathieu van der Poel is making his way up to the Ghana group, so the timings are not correct here. 1 minute and 20 seconds down. Niels Pollitt is fighting as hard as possible to try and stay with the Flying Dutchman. There's no care package for him up the road, unfortunately. That is the only bad thing. Yeah, bit of a shame here. Bit of a shame for Jasper Philipsen that he was not in this. 67.4 kilometers, 26 seconds for Wout van Aert. Not a great situation for him. 1 minute and 15 seconds for Van der Poel's group. 67.3 kilometers is still a long way. Van der Poel getting a bit of help with Jordi Meijers and Lawrence Pithy. So the Red Bull guys kind of working together with Wout van Aert. All of them Red Bull athletes. Remember, he has got the Red Bull helmet. So yeah, we'll see if they can try and drag themselves back in contention. Yeah, I'll try and update the pro cycling stats. Unfortunately, sorry about that, guys. And yeah, for the time being, yeah, the Jasper Philipsen, that was a shame. That was a real shame, I would say. But for the time being, 1 minute and 10 seconds for Mathieu van der Poel to try and drag himself back. But he is in a group where there is what shall we say? They all have a common goal. So potentially this is the right group. Ineos Grenadiers want to try to do something as well. So maybe he can do it. We'll wait and see. Let's see if I can update. Oh yeah, update it. Beautiful. Sorry about that, guys. And let me know if it doesn't update as well. Courtesy of Pro Cycling Stats, the greatest page. I met one of the founders as well. Absolutely nice guy as well. He apologized for the adverts, but I think we can bear over with that. 66.3 kilometers. Can you believe they're a 15-man team, 12-man team as well? Still a pretty small team for quite a great operation. But Mads Pedersen comes to the front, 66 kilometers still to go. And this is going to be a very, very interesting finale for us to watch here. Are we going to see some real scalpels? Ghana and Mathieu van der Poel talking together now. There's going to be some bargaining going on. And potentially we can see Ineos Grenadiers just sacrifice themselves to try and get the Mr. Paris-Roubaix back in contention. But the good thing for Mathieu is he's not really doing anything at the front now. Sector 14 coming up, a 3-star sector. And then Sector 13 coming up in a few kilometers as well. And those two sectors, not too hard. 3-star sectors, but obviously it's all relative in this race. But for the time being, Jordi Meijers, he is just looking what he can do here as well. Jordi Meijers, yeah, the Belgian outfit, very strong. Oh, Belgian outfit. What are they? The Austrian outfit, German outfit. What is Red Bull? Like Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe, they used to be a German team, but I don't know. Are they must be an Austrian team. So yeah. But for the time being, it's looking fairly good for Mathieu van der Poel in terms of the fight back. He's half that, or more than half to his deficit that he had. 65 kilometers to go. They're coming into sector 14. As we said, 1.4 kilometers, three-star sector. Tadej Pogacar absolutely just plowing the effort into this. He wants to try and truncate this elite group at the front and just keep the pressure on. See if he can weed out some of the other some of the other guys in this group. He knows he's probably not the best sprinter in this group. So keeping the pressure on. He likes a hard race. And I think the best situation would probably be to get to the finish by himself. So is he going to be doing that? That remains to be seen. But for the time being, he is just doing everything in his power to, look around. And he is splitting. There is a bit of a gap opening up between him and Mats Pedersen. Mats Pedersen should be on him like hair on soap. So, you can't give him an inch. If you give him an inch, he takes a kilometer. The greatest rider of the modern era. You can't contest that at all. We can debate the Eddie Merckx, Tadej Pogacar for until the end of time. Different eras, obviously. But I think the era of specialization is absolutely remarkable. And, kindly, I've ordered a coffee, so... my partner, she very kindly gave me one. So 64.2 kilometers. And Tadej Pogacar, he's absolutely trying to up the pace. Bit of a gap between Jasper Stuyven and Stefan Biesinger. Does close the gap up with Laporte now, the best card for Visma Lease Bike. Didn't drop back with Wout van Aert. I think that was a good option. They probably saw what was going on with Jasper Philipsen. And for the time being, it's looking very, very good for many of these riders as well. But Wout van Aert unfortunately dropping out on that favourites group there. About 18 seconds down. So him and Loris Piffy right now, unfortunately getting rid of Jordi Mayo. So they're fighting back. They just got off sector 14. So 13 sectors still to go. That's a whole lot of cobblestone that could impact the race as well. But a good recovery from Mathieu van der Poel. 2 double punctures. And if he does win this race, I think that is the best comeback I've seen from Mathieu van der Poel in his whole career. If you're new here as well, why not subscribe to the channel? We will do other live commentary streams. We will have more videos on the channel as well. And for the time being, it's looking very good for many of these riders. We will wait and see what happens here, but for the time being, it's a good race. I think it's one of the more interesting races. Obviously, when we get a bit closer, we'll kind of vote on editions as well. Many of you loving the muddy edition of 2021, that biblical edition. That was incredible. I mean, Mathieu van der Poel, as Patrick Blake said in the preview, many of them kind of melt into one because he just oozes dominance in many of the races. So, we will wait and see. But Mats Pedersen fans will definitely be licking their lips. And could Mats potentially get on the podium today? That remains to be seen. Which step of the podium, if he does get on the podium, that remains to be seen. I would love to see Mats Pedersen win this. I would actually also like to see Wout van Aert winning this. So, are we going to see? Yeah, we will wait and see. But a lot of drama in the race. A lot of these guys being affected by various different things. And for the time being, it does look like an epic edition of the race once again. Mathieu van der Poel, could he win the 4? I think it's an incredible edition. Adverts, so we're waiting for that. 13 sectors to decide the race, but who will be the top man when we come to the Roubaix velodrome? If we get a big group, that would be good to see, because in the last few editions we've just seen single Mathieu van der Poel coming. So it'd be nice to see a bigger group come to the finish, but. Obviously, we don't decide that. The cobbles decide that. And the cobbles seem to be in a very vindictive mood in terms of bike tires. So, yeah. But for the time being, it's looking very good for Tadej Pogacar too. He's battling with history right now. He's not battling with the men out in front. He's battling with history. But for the time being, who is gonna win the race? That remains to be seen. Tadej Pogacar in a very good situation, as we said. He's done a lot of work. He did a lot of work in the Tour of Flanders, but still came out of top. But there is the bogeyman here of Mathieu and Wout van Aert. Both of them scintillatingly good sprinters on their day. But how does that affect them after 250 kilometers of hard racing and cobbles? Yeah, we will wait and see. But 61 kilometers to go. Wout van Aert is very close to this group as well. He's going to be hitting the convoy cars. So he will be back momentarily. And that is going to be bad news for Tadej Pogacar and the rest. Lawrence Pifty making it back as well. 1 minute and 1 second for the Van der Poel group. They are making their way closer to the next sector, sector 13. But right now, yeah, it's an interesting scenario that we have here in the front group. 60.6 kilometers, 58 seconds. They look like they are slowing up a bit. So Red Bull have got Jordi Meijers. He managed to fight back. So Jordi Meijers is doing a stellar ride here. Yeah, this is interesting that they keep fighting back. They're not letting go. Absolutely fighting back. Yeah, it is Jordi Meijers. Stefan Biesinger, the lone rider there. Yeah, good ride from him right now to be up there. Not doing too many turns at the front, but I mean, if you are one of the outsiders, I would say just keep cool. Don't do anything. 54 seconds. Is this sector 13? It looks very rough. So maybe it is sector 13. Plenty of people on the side of the road here. It's, yeah, it's looking very good right now. But, yeah. Now Red Bull are doing the turn at the front, and that is Jordi Meijers. They don't want the Van der Poel group to come back. I think Red Bull are the ones that need to do the work, and so do Visma-Leasebike, because yeah, they're outnumbering the rest of the riders in this group. It's ticking down though, the Van der Poel gap, and obviously in that Van der Poel group there is plenty of other riders that you don't want back in this race, in this scenario. If you are these teams, you've got Niels Pollard, you don't want him back. You don't want Vasek probably. Dan Holler, Philippe Pogana with Connor Swift. Red Bull would get Gianni Vermeersch and Tim van Dijk. Alex Segaard is up there in that chasing group as well. So there's a lot of riders in that group that you probably don't want. Van der Poel is coming to the front here on sector 13, just trying to really up the tempo a bit, string the group out a bit. I think this is trying to get rid of many of the domestiques for the other guys in that front group. So by the time he comes up, it's a very elite selection. But Philippe Pogana, he's on his wheel together with two Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe riders. One of them is former teammate of Gianni Vermeersch. And it's 42 seconds, 59 kilometers still to go, 650 meters left of this sector. So Mathieu van der Poel making the most of it. How much has he got left in the engine as well? He needs to really up the carbs here to just make sure he doesn't run out of energy. But absolutely just stringing out this second chasing group. 41 seconds, 39 seconds. The seconds are ticking down. And at the front group, if they are looking about, this could absolutely be detrimental. We've still got two of the hardest sectors to come on the Monet-Poel and also the Carrefour de l'Arbre. And a few of you said that Carrefour de l'Arbre could potentially be the one where we see the big selections being made. And right now, Mathieu van der Poel absolutely throwing the hammer down. The gauntlet, 35 seconds. Mr. Paris-Roubaix doesn't want to give up his title lightly. And obviously, if he does win, this would be the most impressive win of his career. His fourth win in Paris-Roubaix. Hasn't had many times bad luck in this year. All the accumulated bad luck that he has avoided in the last 3 years has just struck him. And yeah, hopefully no more punctures. And we all know that I'm quite a big Mathieu van der Poel fan. But Van der Poel, 36 seconds to make up. Red Bull look like they are wanting to help him as well. Ghana, is he going to get in here? Just zooming across these at 60 kilometers an hour. That will never get old. Van der Poel absolutely just brimming with confidence. How much has he got left in the tank? Come on, Ali Van der Poel, Ali, come on. I want him back in this. It would be great to see him back. But how many bullets is he going to be spending here? Obviously at the front as well, they're spending bullets, so it's not like he's not doing anything. So we'll wait and see. We will wait and see. But for the time being, it's looking like we are maybe going to see a very heroic edition of this race. Plenty of riders, coming a cropper in this race already with mechanicals. But he has largely avoided Mads Pedersen, that is. He's the only really one of the big favorites that has avoided bad luck. Ghana pulling a turn as well. Finally, Ghana. It's a joint effort here. Ghana could potentially get himself top 5. He's never finished inside the top 5 here. And he's just trying to string out this group. They still have a bit of an anchor. Niels Polle is still in there. So there's still going to be a bit of a care package coming up to Tadej Pogacar if they drag this back. Dan Hola as well will be able to help Stefan Bissinger. So Astana as well. This must be Chernison. Ghana looking around. He got rid of his teammate of Connor Swift, but they really need to try and get rid of this big anchor that they had behind them. They're coming up to another sector shortly as well. So, yes, 56.8 kilometers still to go. Mathieu Van der Poel, let's hope he has no bad luck with fans as well. But Mathieu Van der Poel just looking as epic as anyone on a bike. Mathieu Van der Poel, the epitome of being cool on a bike. I think he has one of the best riding styles, and obviously I'm very much fanboying here. But sector 12 coming up, that is a 4-star sector, 2.7 kilometers before we get the Mone Pavel, the 5-star sector. So 23 seconds now. Mathieu Van der Poel and Ghana are within touching distance, and obviously there's that car convoy behind that that Tadej Pogacar and Wout van Aert made use of. But Mathieu Van der Poel, I think, is going to be back here. He's going to be back at the front. But how much has he spent? That is the big question. How much has he spent of this? Wow. But for the time being, most of you think still 67% that we are going to see a win from Tadej Pogacar. 9% said other. And would this, let's ask you guys. Okay, we're still 56 kilometers out, but what's been your favorite edition? Let's ask you guys that. Favorite edition. I'll just say the last few, so we don't discount. So this one was 2022 interesting. I can't remember, but I think last year was pretty epic. So we'll go for that as well. Let's just change it up a bit. So you have to concentrate there. But I haven't put this year's on because obviously, yeah. If you're new here as well, why not help us get to 60,000 subscribers? Obviously, there's a lot of good cycling content as well, so you shan't be disappointed, and it's completely free. And Laporte, he is working very hard as well. They want to try and keep away that Mathieu Van der Poel group for as long as possible. 55.3 kilometers, 25 seconds, so it's still hovering around that part. We'll see if they can catch them on the next sector. That will be quite intriguing to see. But for the time being, it's, we will see. We will see. Are we going to see Tadej Pogacar potentially? Is he going to be bouncing off anytime soon? Are we going to see a big attack from Tadej Pogacar on the 5-star sector? Probably should. I wouldn't want to get Mathieu Van der Poel back in the mix. Okay, it's a fatigued Mathieu Van der Poel. 25 seconds. Ghana motivated in this group as well. Vacek's in there as well. Alex Segard, I think, for Bahrain is up here. Segard is having a great first season with the team. Absolutely doing his best. Tadej Pogacar's winning jersey from Milan San Remo was sold for 95,000 euros. That is some good work there. So, that is absolutely nice. Oh! Wout van Aert attacks. Wout van Aert attacks. And Tadej Pogacar is trying to get on him. Obviously, wasn't on him like hair on soap. Sector 12. This is where Wout van Aert is trying to do it. 2.7 kilometers. He's trying to dart out for greatness. Tadej Pogacar absolutely fighting hard to try and get Mats Pedersen on the wheel of Tadej Pogacar right now. But Wout van Aert, a sneak attack there. Caught everyone by surprise. Tadej Pogacar lifting the pressure as much as possible. Mats Pedersen trying to get on his wheel. Jesper Stuyven trying to get on the wheel of his former teammate. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Wout van Aert knows that Mathieu van der Poel is coming from behind. So this is where the move is being made. Good move by Wout van Aert just to test the form of the other riders. But I think Tadej Pogacar absolutely lived up to that. Mathieu van der Poel coming into this sector. 22 seconds. He's lifting the pressure a bit, trying to go in the gutter a bit to try and alleviate the cobblestone sectors. But Wout van Aert has got Tadej Pogacar and Mats Pedersen on his wheel, so he couldn't get rid of the two other riders. The two riders with rainbow bands. Obviously, Wout van Aert has never been a world champion on the road. He has been a 4-time cyclocross champion, but still a world cyclocross champion, but still waiting for those elusive road rainbows, but jersey, whatever. You know what I mean. But the rainbow jersey, oh, now Tadej's attacking. Tadej's counter-attacking. So now it is absolutely... Pedersen is not able to follow this move. So once again, it's Tadej with Wout on his wheel like we had in Tour of Flanders in a very different terrain. But these two at the front, I would not do an inch of work if I was Wout van Aert. I would be like, mate, you're the one who wants history. I am a Belgian trying to defend you getting in the Belgians club of winning all the monuments. But Mats Pedersen now in no man's land slightly. They're coming on to the next sector as well. No, this is part of the sector. There was just a bit of calm, bit of pavement, part of this sector. But Wout van Aert with Tadej Pogacar on his wheel. They're trying to not let Mats Pedersen back in this, but the race is split apart at the front. So this 6-man group that was cohesively working together, not working together right now. Wout van Aert, 1.1 kilometers left of this sector that has absolutely left a dent in the race. Tadej Pogacar getting on the wheel of Wout. Wout is absolutely lifting the pace. They're riding in the gutter here, not on the cobblestones. So Tadej, man on the mission here. And these two are at the front of the race with a 22-second buffer down to Mr. Paris-Roubaix, the man who has put these two guys on the second step of the podium. And will they get the first step? Ooh, Mathieu van der Poel has gotten rid of everyone apart from one rider. There's no Niels Pollard on his wheel. There's no Ghana on his wheel. So Mathieu van der Poel, 24 seconds, only has a Red Bull rider on his wheel. Wout has distanced Pogacar. Oh, no. Whoa. Calm. I think Pogacar just getting a bit of a, heart beating there. Am I a Wout fan? I don't know. I'm a fan of Wout and Mathieu van der Poel, the rivalry. But, Mathieu van der Poel clips out in the corner. That's just going to be a few more seconds. The momentum just killed a bit there as well. So, yeah, just slips out the corner. But obviously, he's the cyclocross rider of his generation. So, 25 seconds. I mean, he has to activate Mathieu van der Poel cyclocross mode here. But how much bullets have he got left? Wout van Aert, Tadej Pogacar, they're just looking around. These two guys. Oh, Tadej just going in the grass a bit there. Almost hitting a fan. But they've got about 60 meters left of sector 12. So they're going to be out. Oh! Wout has just gapped Tadej quite a bit here. Mathieu van der Poel just riding in the gutters as well. They're all riding in like the grass gutters to try and avoid the rugged cobbles. But yeah, it's a 2-man group chasing another. It's Tim Van Dijk. Tim Van Dijk, where has he come from? Tim Van Dijk on the wheel of Mathieu van der Poel. This is a splendid ride. Splendid ride by him. But wowza. Tim Van Dijk, what a ride from him. I can't really say anything but chapeau to him. So two Dutch riders chasing Van Dijk, Belgium? Dutch. Dutch? Yeah, I think Dutch. Yeah, Dutch. Yeah, Dutch. I don't know why I was confusing it for a second, but right now, it's looking very, very good here. But Van Dijk is giving a turn here to Mathieu van der Poel, so that's good to see. Van Dijk, this would be the highest up that he's finished as well. So everything to play for, right now. And yeah, are we gonna see an epic edition here? It's already a pretty good edition. Ghana, more bad luck. Ghana puncture. Oh, Ghana. I wanted a podium for Ghana. Wout van Aert, Tadej Pogacar, 24 seconds ahead of Mathieu van der Poel. Still 50 kilometers left of this race. Oh my goodness, I feel like we've been watching 3 editions. But yeah, Mathieu van der Poel is joining up to a group that includes Laporte, the teammate of Van Dijk, and the 2 decathlon riders. So now there might be a bit of a help here. Jasper Stuyven in there as well. So maybe... Oh, Ghana crashed! Ghana crashed because of that back wheel. Ghana. Oh, I feel sorry for Ghana. But right now, yeah. So we'll see. 28 kilometers. 28 seconds for the Mathieu van der Poel group to this front of Wout van Aert and Tadej Pogacar, the 2 rivals of Mathieu van der Poel, working together against their rival in this kind of terrain. So 48.8 kilometers, 29 seconds, 28 seconds. Obviously, Mathieu van der Poel isn't leading right now. I think he's just getting a breather that will help him quite a lot, having a bit of teamwork there as well. But now they come on the Mont on Poel, 3 kilometers long. Tadej Pogacar is the first rider to step in on that sector. Wout van Aert on his wheel. We see a Kiwi flag on the side of the road. Laurens Piffy will love to see that, but he's not in this group. They're absolutely just hammering the pace at the front, doing everything they can to try and increase the pressure. They know that it's not far. Mads Pedersen, would he be better to drop back to the Van der Poel group? I think maybe, because then I think he has some riders. No, he didn't. I keep thinking Matthias Vacek was in that group, but of course he didn't. He's absolutely gone, unfortunately. But great to see so many people in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. 2,000 people in the chat. I'm sure we can get a lot of you to hit the subscribe button, and we can get a lot of you to flash up on the screen. Thank you to every single one of you who have subscribed. About 48 kilometers to go. 48 kilometers to go. My hair is a bit all over the place. It's not a great hair day. 47.9 kilometers, 2.3 kilometers, and yeah, Van der Poel, 31 seconds behind this duo of his 2 rivals. Obviously, having all those punctures didn't help him at all. But yeah, Wout van Aert and Tadej Pogacar absolutely riding well. Both of them having problems as well mechanically. But yeah, doing very well. But Mathieu van der Poel coming to the front of this group, leading Jasper Stuyven, Stefan Bissinger, the 2 Red Bull riders of Laurens Piffy with Tim van Dijk, and Laporte as well. Laporte sitting in, obviously, having a good ride. 1997, the last time we had a French winner of this race. So we could see another interesting part of history being unlocked if this group comes back. But Mathieu van der Poel, 32 seconds. 32 seconds. You think he could easily find those 32 seconds as well when you think about it. But Tadej Pogacar accelerating. Is this where he makes his winning move? He's trying to get rid of Wout van Aert. This looks like this could be the move. Wout van Aert struggling hard, trying to keep on, frantically fighting to stay on the wheel. He wants to deny the Slovenian, the epic edition, being the first rider to join that winner of all the monuments that has only been Belgians. So right now it's between him and a Belgian. And obviously Wout van Aert desperately wants to win Paris-Roubaix himself. Never won this race. Seems destined himself to win this. Been very close in the past. Very, very close. Wout van Aert seems like he should have been a winner. But we'll wait and see if this is the year. 2026, Wout van Aert, one of the kings of the sport. Such an accomplished rider. And right now riding on the wheel of the greatest rider of this generation. Tadej Pogacar, the rainbow jersey. The Tour de France winner. The Tour of Flanders winner. You say it and he's won it. Apart from Tour of Denmark and Paris Tours. But and the Vuelta a España. But right now, 46.5 kilometers. These two former winners, well, Tadej Pogacar is the current winner of Strade Bianche and the all-time record holder there. But Wout van Aert is a former winner himself of Strade Bianche. Actually, the first or second? Second. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Red Bull hit the deck. Oh, Lawrence Pithy. Oh, no. Again, with him being so good, it's almost very similar to his crash in 2000 and what was it? 2024. But yeah, new Kiwi fans, look away. Anyone from the New Zealand, look away. But for the time being, 46.2 kilometers, 23 seconds for Mads Pedersen up to that flying duo at the front. And somewhere behind, we have Mathieu van der Poel desperately trying to fight back from his, Tadej Pogacar, Wout van Aert doing their best to absolutely keep Mathieu van der Poel from coming back. We will wait and see. None of the favorites have crashed, but they've all kind of received... Oh, Pogacar accelerating. Pogacar accelerating. Is this the move that wins him Paris-Roubaix? He's just trying to put the heat on. We're still in the 5-star sector. He knows this is one of the places where he can try and do it. It's 90 meters to go. And he tried to do it, but he just couldn't get rid of the anchor of... Well, it's not really fair to call him an anchor. Oh, the helicopter shot is panning back, and it's quite far back to Mads Pedersen and them. Mads Pedersen, I think he is with Mathieu van der Poel. Mathieu van der Poel and Mads Pedersen, career rivals. They were rivals on the youth level. They're 30 seconds behind. They need to work together if they kind of do anything here. If they're going to be able to do anything, they need to drag this back. So, yeah, we will wait and see. Welcome to everyone who has subscribed as well. And, yeah, it's an absolutely epic edition of the race. Yeah, I don't know what to say other than I'm enjoying it. As a Van der Poel fan, I would have enjoyed him being in the front as a trio. But he's fighting back. 43 seconds, they're saying, so they are losing touch. They were very close before, but it doesn't look like they're going to be that close anymore. They're trying everything here. They're fighting. They're really hammering at this, the front duo. They're doing everything in their power. And welcome to everyone who has subscribed as well. We're getting very close to 60,000 subscribers. I cannot believe how many cycling people we have around the world. Great to have you all. And let us know where you're watching from as well. Who do you think is going to win? Wout versus Poggy, Van der Poel and Mads Pedersen in that second group. But Pogacar even accelerating here on through the feed zone as well. There's a bit of an incline as well, just making use of all the part of the road that he can. Pogacar looks behind. Wout is like, nah, I'm not doing anything, mate. You do everything. You want to win. It's your race to win. I am just going to chill now, which I think is fair enough. And yeah, Wout van Aert, I think I would absolutely sandbag this for everything. Great to have fellow Scandinavians in the chat as well. I saw Norwegian flags and Swedish flags. Do we have any fellow Danes? I don't know. I'm talking English, so maybe the Danes are not listening to me. But Tadej Pogacar just sitting up a bit. Is the pace just being taken out? They're coming towards the next sector very shortly as well. Obviously, his sectors are just flying past us quicker than we can say Paris-Roubaix, en route, France, or whatever they call it now. But Sector 10 coming up, the 2-star sector. Only 700 meters long, so it's not really going to be too much of a bother. But they've got 33 seconds. 33 seconds still. Wout van Aert, Tadej Pogacar still at the front. If Tadej Pogacar and Wout van Aert come to the velodrome alone, that is going to be what is going to happen. Because I think we have seen Pog beat Tadej in a sprint. Did we not? Or am I confusing? Maybe not. I don't think so. Maybe not. I think I'm confusing the European Championships in Glasgow. I think he out-sprinted Mads Pedersen. But he has a good kick on him at the end of a race. Obviously, you don't know how your legs are going to be at the end of a race. So we'll wait and see. 42.7 kilometers still to go. It's not over by any means. 700 meters. Van der Poel is still 32 seconds behind. Pogacar is driving them into this. Wout van Aert on his wheel. Hair on soap at this point. Not moving an inch. Sector 9 is a bit harder at 1.4 kilometers coming up. But there's 700 meter sector. A lot of people here as well. So it's good to see a lot of people lining up in these easier sectors as well. 30 seconds to the Mathieu Van der Poel group. They've got 300 meters left of the sector. This is looking very good for a Tadej Pogacar victory. But is it going to happen? That is the big question. He's absolutely been dominating the monuments in the last few years. Such a good rider. Yeah, we will wait and see. Are we going to see something? Derek watching from Qatar as well. Wow, we got Cape Town in the house. Guys, you're all over the place. That's great to see. And yeah, we're all united by our love of bike racing and Paris-Roubaix. Obviously, we'll do Amstel Gold as well next week, but I don't think it's going to be quite the same tier as this. 41.8 kilometers, 30 seconds for Mathieu Van der Poel. Yeah, they're very good at kind of keeping this up. And yeah, sorry, I'll refresh the page as well. Apologies for that. But yeah, they've still got a 30-second gap. That's quite big, and it's not coming down. That is what I mean. It's not coming down at all. So yeah, updated now. Hopefully it stays updated. So there you go. Quite remarkable, to say the least, that we have this scenario with Mathieu Van der Poel still in it somehow. Sri Lanka and Cape Town as well. Great to have you here. Wait, Stuart, did you say you're half Danish? Huh. 41.1 kilometers. They're not on any Pave sectors. We've seen Wout van Aert trying to just give a bit of a punch, and then we've seen Tadej Pogacar also putting a bit of a punch in as well. Singapore here as well. Peter says he's driving. Let's hope drives. Oh my goodness. Come on, Van der Poel, get back in this. But I don't know how many bullets he's going to have left in the chamber if he does. So, yeah, Pogacar has had bad luck. So has Wout. So has Van der Poel, but he had the double whammy of bad luck. And has had to do a lot of the work himself. But he is in a group with a lot of riders in here. Maspilus and Laporte, who's going to act as an anchor. Bissinger in here. We've got Tim van Dijk as well. They've got 30 seconds, but they need to really go for it here. Really need to go for it here. Great to have Romanda in the house. I think we saw Poland and Thailand. But 31 seconds for this chasing group with Sturven in here. Could Sturven potentially just play it like a really low figure and then go for it? Yeah, we will wait and see. But a lot of action here in this Roubaix, and we still have 40 beautiful kilometers to go. And even the Carrefour de l'Arbre could play a big factor here as well. So, yeah. Ooh, Marco says Mathieu Van der Poel without a monument this year. Yes, that's so true. If he doesn't win this, I don't think him winning Liège-Bastogne-Liège. I don't think he's down for it. Obviously, us purists or stats nerds, that's probably what I should call it, would love to see him at Liège-Bastogne-Liège. But I don't think he's going to win that. He's not actually scheduled for any more races, but who knows what scheduling means anymore with Remco Evenepoel pulling that very funny surprise with some journalists in the press going a bit too crazy about it, how they're lying to the teams, to the press, and it's like, guys, it was funny. Anyways, we're on Sector 9, 3-star sector, 1.4 kilometers. Tadej Pogacar leading them in with Wout van Aert sandbagging as much as possible. Let's hope he doesn't get caught out. They did have some technology that got called out last minute or banned by the UCI. 39 kilometers. He's just trying his best hair on soap impersonation. That motorbike is frightfully close, and obviously that is definitely going to help them. So yeah, whatever you think, I think the motorbikes are so close that it does actually provide an aero benefit. And obviously the ASO probably want Pogacar to win, let's be honest. Let's not get it wrong. I don't think they're rigging the race, but obviously these motorbikes, there is an aero benefit when they're so close, like 50 meters. That does give a bit. Let's hope the second group also has that luxury. But for the time being, 38.5. Yeah, okay. The second group has exactly the same dynamic. So it kind of neutralizes itself. But Mathieu Van Aert is the second group. He's just riding in the gutter, just taking a bit of a carousel route. 450 meters for the front group. Tadej Pogacar, Wout van Aert. They are just taking it a bit easier around the corners. 36 seconds. It's coming up to the Van der Poel group now. 320 meters. Every second counts in this race. 38 kilometers still to go. This sector has increased the advantage a bit for them, so we'll wait and see what is going to happen right now. This is looking super interesting right now. We are going to break down the race on the recap race analysis on the Cycling Dane Extra channel or on the Cycling Dane podcast, available on Spotify. So I hope you all join us for that as well. And we have got our weekly breakdown as well, which used to be the Echelon Cycling podcast, over on that podcast as well. So reasons to check out on Spotify. But 37.7 kilometers, 36 seconds. So it's increasing with a few seconds. The second group being led by Mads Pedersen. He's coming out of the shadows. He knows he needs to do something as well. How much is Van der Poel's batteries recharging? That is the big question as well. Will he be able to do anything to have a big punch? Is he thinking, I just need a bit more time to get ready and then I'm going to go whack-a-mole? Yeah, I hope so. We'll see. But how tired are they in the front group as well? Yeah, a lot of questions. They definitely need to feed a lot to keep on this momentum. And yeah, anything can happen right now. But if Mathieu Van Aert wins this would be one of his most impressive victories, I think. If Tadej Pogacar wins, this would be one of his most impressive victories as well. So a lot of history can be made, as we said. But who's going to be able to do it? We'll wait and see. For the time being, anything can happen in this race, as we've already seen. 36 seconds, still 36.9 kilometers to go of the race, and we're ever closer to the next sector. We saw that last sector. Yeah, it's 38 seconds now. It's building up now, so they need to increase the pressure in that chasing group if they are really doing it. We've got sector A and sector A. 8A and sector 8B coming up. So it's a 2-star sector followed by a 1-star. Oh no, 2-star, 1-star sector, 200 meters, and then a 2-star sectors. And then we got the 7-star sector 7, which is 1.3 kilometers. And the one that we need to put in the combination is sector 5 and sector 4. That is what is capped off with the Carrefour de l'Arbre. That is the real hard part. But it's ballooned up to 43 seconds now. So I don't know what on earth they're doing in that second group. They really need to light it up if they're going to close this gap now. They're letting the race right away from them. Mathieu Van Aert, Mads Pedersen, Laporte, Bissinger, Stuyven, and Mick van Dijk. So it wasn't Tim, it was Mick van Dijk. So they got the wrong twin. Mathieu Van Aert coming to the front. Laporte sitting on his wheel as an anchor. He knows the danger of him potentially just darting up the road. But we'll wait and see what's going to happen here in the race. And 35.7 kilometers, 40 seconds is all that we're waiting for. And this is absolutely an interesting win. Interesting edition of the race. Are we going to potentially see this? I think the Carrefour de l'Arbre is where we could see the big move. It's still Mathieu Van Aert pulling in that second group with Laporte on his wheel. So Visma Lease Bike in a very good situation right now. So you could kind of bluff it in both groups. You could be like, well, we're not going to pull in the second group because we have Wout van Aert up the road. And then in this first group, they could be like, well, I'm not going to pull Pogacar because I've got Laporte coming up the road. So, yeah, they could play that, but it's a very daring game, obviously. So, is Mathieu Van Aert done? That remains to be seen. The gap is going up a bit. So, we will see. For the time being, we are just seeing Tadej Pogacar getting gel. I mean, they really need to fuel for this. The calories that they're burning. I hope, it would be fun to find. I'll try and see if I can get one of their favorites Strava file and break that down tomorrow maybe. because we see how many calories they burn, but many of them are very strict about their power data, obviously. But maybe you could have like a Stefan Bissinger or someone like that would put it out. The second group working well, but yeah, it does look like everyone's kind of on their knees. 43 seconds. Everyone's waiting for, it's kind of a calm before the next storm. We've had very many storms in this, successive storms upon storms upon storms, but they are just making their way to that 8A and 8B, as we said. It's 2-star sector and a 1-star sector consecutively, so we'll see if they will be able to do something here. But great to have so many people in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from as well. Who do you think is going to win? This dynamic has been changing throughout the day, and it's a very dynamic situation in the on the road. Wout van Aert, Tadej Pogacar, these guys are really just doing everything they can. Yeah, what I'm saying as well, power file data tends to understate energy consumption on cobbles. Fair enough. Maybe we needed something. Are they counting calories? Burnt, but 33.7 kilometers. They are in that first part of this sector 8. It's the 1-star sector. Wout van Aert just takes them through that very quickly. And then they're going to make their way through the second part of the sector, which is 2 stars. So 38 seconds. I mean, it's a big buffer that they have in this kind of race. If that second group is spent, I think, yeah, we still have 33.4 kilometers to go. Are they going to be able to do anything about this in that second group? It looks more and more unlikely. Yeah, we will see. We will see. 33.2 kilometers still to go. Great to have so many subscribing, so many people in the chat. And we're just seeing a windmill with the beautiful area that is hosting this beautiful race, 123 kilometers. We're having California in the house as well. Plenty of you across the pond. And yeah, not many Americans in the front of the race, unfortunately, this year. 39 kilometers. There are now 200 meters left on this 2-star sector. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. The second group now coming on it as well. I think the gap might be a bit closer. Maybe a bit, they're saying 36 seconds. Obviously, it's a very crude estimate of the gap, so we don't quite know, but it's all we got right now. Mathieu van der Poel is the one just pulling them along this sector. Will he be able to do anything? That remains to be seen. Van der Poel just pushing on, doing everything in his power to just keep the pressure on. Laporte marking him like an anchor, and at the front, still 36 seconds. They are, of course, off this sector already. Tadej still pulling at the front, but wow, this is your best chance of winning Roubaix. I would just stay on Pogacar's wheel. Don't do a single piece of work. You're not getting paid to do work. You're getting paid to finish first over the line. He's not taking a win this year as well, so this would be a great way to opening your account in a race. And obviously we know what happened in Dwarfstor, and you would desperately love to erase that memory from all us cycling fans, and what better way to do it with a Roubaix victory. So we will wait and see what happens here, but for the time being, he's in a very good position. It just depends how his leg's doing. We hope he's been fueling along the way and not really been doing anything out of the ordinary in terms of burning up matches. Just keeping the fuel going is so important in these long races, obviously. But these guys are the elite of the elite, so they know exactly what they're doing. What I was saying, 31.6 kilometers, 37 seconds still of a gap. They haven't really made too much of an inroad here. Is Mathieu van der Poel just recharging whatever he's got left in the tank and then going to make a big hit? That is the big question. But obviously, the guys up in front, he's going to take a bit to do something to get up there. Well, they'll wait for him to come, and he might be spent by the time he comes up there. So 31.3 kilometers still to go. Wout van Aert, is this your victory? Yeah, we will wait and see. 42 seconds, so it's still hovering around the 35 to 45 second mark. bouncing all over the case, but the impetus of that second group does look like it's not quite where it was. So yeah, it's going to be quite interesting in this sector 5 and sector 4 combination, what happens. About 40 seconds. That group, of course, has Mads Pedersen, Laporte, Stefan Biesinger. You've got Jasper Stuyven in there. Mick Van Dijk. This is his 4th Paris-Roubaix. And his best result was at 18th. So he's in a very good position right now. Make the best Red Bull rider as well. Who saw that coming when we had Lawrence Pifia and Jordi Meus up there and Gianni Vermeersch? But yeah, Red Bull doing what they do best here. So we'll wait and see. It's really touch and go if we're gonna get some real action here in that second group joining up to the front. I would obviously, as we know, I'd love to see it, but is that going to be a reality? Is he going to be able to do anything if he does catch up? We will wait and see. But yeah, are we going to see the absolute juggernaut of Mathieu van der Poel getting a 4th in a row? It's looking more and more unlikely, if I'm honest. And that's as a Mathieu van der Poel fan. History could be in the making for Tadej Pogacar, as we know. We're getting ever closer to the finish. The next sector is coming up as well, Sector 7. That is a 3-star sector. Coming up. There's going to be 2 Sector 7 and Sector 6, 2 3-star sectors. They can absolutely leave their mark on this race as well before we get that brutal Sector 5 and Sector 4 combination, which is a 4-star sector and a 5-star sector. So we could absolutely see these 4 sectors leaving a mark on the race as well, as we've already seen with quite a few of them. So 29 kilometers still to go of the race. That third group on the road, 1 minute and 50 seconds down, does include a whole host of Red Bull riders and Ghana, who has had quite a bit of bad luck as well. So plenty of your Wout van Aert fans as well, and why wouldn't you be? Yeah, it would be quite a popular win as well, I think, if he won. But right now, it's just mano a mano between him and Tadej Pogacar. So, yeah, this is gonna be a interesting one, to say the least. The showdown on this. Look out for the 5-4 sector combination. That is what we're just gearing in. Even this 7-6 combination is going to be quite interesting, if we're honest. But 28.9 kilometers still to go. I'm trying to keep the pro cycling stats as update as we can as well. But for the time being, it's looking fairly good for both Tadej Pogacar and Wout van Aert. They'll both try and back themselves in a sprint. And Tadej, I think he's looking towards Café de l'Arbre and thinking that he could potentially just get rid of the Belgian there. So, yeah, is this Wout's year? We will wait and see. Yeah, what are we saying there? Pogacar keeps stretching his back. 28 kilometers to go. 43 seconds still for the Van der Poel group. Turgis is 1 minute and 54 seconds down. Yeah, people are saying that Tadej looks tired. Most of you thinking last year's edition was the best edition out of those editions that we gave. Is that recency bias? I don't know. Yeah, let's go for our next poll as well. What's our next poll? Let's check our next poll as well. Did I just... Oh, I just deleted the unpinned post. That was stupid. But they're coming around the corners. Plenty of crowds like we see everywhere. And, 27.4 kilometers, 41 seconds. So they're still holding that marker quite impressively. Yeah. Who will win? Ask you guys now. Van Aert, Pogacar, Van der Poel, or will it be other? There could be the other. There's quite a sizable group in that other section. So let us know in the chat who you think is going to win as well. Right now, we've been doing this poll. So yeah, Tadej Pogacar and Wout van Aert, still 27 kilometers to go. We're getting closer to that double 3-star sector, as we said. Is this going to be a point that does anything? Yeah, your guess is as good as mine, but I think many of these sectors have left a small mark. Yeah, they're on the sector 7 now, 3-star sector, 1.3 kilometers of cobblestones here. 42-star sector. Many of you thinking that Tadej Pogacar looking tired. I think many of these riders are inching closer to the limit. But Wout van Aert, how fresh is he? How is he feeling right now? He needs to get a gel probably in him. Yeah, less than a kilometer left of this sector. They're just out for a stroll, it looks. Obviously, they're going 44 kilometers an hour over this. This is absolutely remarkable. 3-star sector 7, 3-star sector, and yeah, the group behind 760, 40 meters. They need to do something. They look like they're just keeping the status quo alive. Obviously, it's easy for us not being on the bike to just make our voices heard. But Pogacar, is he on the cusp of joining a group that has not been joined since Roger de Vlaming and Eddy Merckx and Rick van Looy? 500 meters to go for them. Wout van Aert, is this the opportunity to just distance Tadej Pogacar? How much has Wout got left? How much is Tadej? They're coming around another corner on the cobbles. We've seen them being caught out so many times, coming in with quite incredible speed, as we know. But yeah, maybe 1 or 2 cobblestones are just like in the wrong place, and that isn't quite a smooth turn as you want. 200 meters left of the sector. 200 meters left for them. 41 seconds. Mathieu van der Poel, how many matches has he got left in the tank as well? And yeah, we'll see. It's a shame that the mechanicals in the Arenberg kind of crucified Van der Poel's chances of winning here. I think it would have been so great to have him up in this 3-man group. Would it have changed the outcome? Yeah, I mean, it would have been good to see that, but 41 seconds. One of the only riders not to have any problems, Mads Pedersen, in that second group as well. Mathieu van der Poel just pulling the pace here in that second group still. Bissinger struggling a bit. So is Jasper Stuyven. Still 42 seconds here. They're still on this sector 7, so we'll wait and see. But for the time being, they're doing everything in their power just to keep the pressure on for as long as possible. Are they going to be able to keep this second chasing group away all the way to the velodrome? We'll wait and see. But this, if they look too much at each other, this group could get back. It could get back. But it looks like most of this second group is on their knees apart from Laporte. And Laporte could maybe get himself on the podium. Yeah. But we'll wait and see. 24.8 kilometers still to go. 40 seconds for that Van der Poel group. They're coming into the next sector as well. Are we potentially going to see something happening? That remains to be seen here. 1 minute and 51 seconds. This is an interesting group, to say the least, at the front. And potentially we are going to see someone winning for the first time. We are going to see what's going to happen here. Are we going to see our first ever Slovenian winner of the race? Our first ever Wout van Aert Paris-Roubaix victory there on sector 6 here. 1.1 kilometers still to go. Are we going to see anyone cracking out of these two juggernauts at the front? Both of them have won multitudes of stages in terms of Grand Tours. They both won Milan-San Remo. They both won Strade Bianche. They both know how it feels to lose to Mathieu van der Poel in Paris-Roubaix. And here they have a golden opportunity to potentially win. Wout van Aert and Tadej Pogacar just coming through another cobbled corner. And no one really too phased about that as well. Are we potentially going to see something happening here? That is the big question. Wout van Aert getting a bit of a gap to Pogacar, but Pogacar, we have seen him on a few of these sectors just taking his own line, and yeah, we will wait and see. Still 39 kilometers. I would like to see the second group if Mathieu van der Poel puts just a bit of a dig in. And Wout is looking very lively here on this sector 6. Obviously, we've got the sector 5, sector 4 coming up, and that is really going to do something, to say the least. Smash the like button as well, as Rhonda said. Tadej, there is a bit of a bike gap. He is going in the gutter here, and Wout van Aert is just in the middle of the sector, but Tadej, I think, just trying to get a bit of a rest, but he's back on the wheel. Wout van Aert so it's managed gaps. He is managing his gaps. They're off the sector now as well. Done. So they're coming close to the sector 4, which is coming up. Sector 5, which is a 4-star sector. Let's just get the numbers correct. Wout van Aert, they're coming through the feed zone. This is going to be very important. They need to get the bottles. They need to get the bidons. 41 seconds still. Is Tadej bluffing, as some of you are saying there as well? Wout van Aert, is he bluffing? Mathieu van Poel, is he spent? Like, the second group doesn't look like they are making inroads on this chase. It's still 42 seconds. They're coming close to the end of this sector. We're seeing Niels Pollard trying to dart out in the second group, a third group on the road. He's now the third group, together with Mike Jonassen. So Niels Pollard and Mike Jonassen trying to get a top 10 position in the bank for them. That would be very good. But in terms of the poll, you guys think we are going to get a win from Tadej Pogacar still? I mean, you guys have absolutely been on that page for so long in this race already. So you guys have not changed your tune, and maybe we will see history. A man closing all the monuments on one Palmares. That didn't make sense. Putting all the Palmares on one rider's all the monuments on one rider's Palmares. I got it out there. 22.3 kilometers. And Wout van Aert and Tadej Pogacar, we're seeing the slow-mo shot. These two juggernauts trying to win here for the first time in Roubaix. We've never seen either of them win. We've seen both of them finishing second on the podium in the past. And Tadej Pogacar doing that in his very first edition. So that was an absolutely remarkable one, to say the least. 22 kilometers still to go. Tadej is still at the front. Is he bluffing? I mean, we're all kind of thinking it now. Maybe. But we're 600 away from 60,000. So thank you to every single one of you who have subscribed, and welcome on board, and everyone who has been a subscriber since then. 21.7 kilometers, 38 seconds. Van der Poel's group is down on this front duo. They're getting ever closer to that very detrimental combination that we were talking about. 5-star sector coming up on sector 4, 2.1 kilometers. But the next sector is 1.8 kilometers, 4-star sectors. That's the 5th last sector of this race. So, this is going to be interesting. Laporte still acting as an anchor in that second group. And, I mean, Mats Pedersen and Mathieu van der Poel, if they have anything left in the tank, they need to really go for it in this 4-5-star sector combination. So we will see. Well, we had Wout van Aert versus Pogacar as well in Champs-Élysées last year, where he dropped Tadej Pogacar on an uphill cobble climb. That was quite impressive. Obviously, Tadej Pogacar was very fatigued there. So he has dropped Tadej on terrain. Visma Lease Bike team car coming up to the side of the road. Was he going to be able to say, just hang on the wheel and drop Tadej easy, or smash him in the sprint? I mean, 20.6 kilometers. They're flying through this completely. So we will wait and see. But for the time being, it is a great position for Wout to be in. Best position potentially. He has on paper the better sprint than Tadej Pogacar. Who's in the front group? We've got Tadej Pogacar and Tadej Pogacar and Wout van Aert in the front group. In the second chasing group, we've got Mathieu van Poel and Mats Pedersen with Laporte, Mick van Dijk, Jasper Stuyven, Stefan Bissinger in there as well. And we all know that it was a bit of a bad luck from Mathieu van der Poel in the Arenberg twice. That has cost him quite dearly. So, 19.9 kilometers, 36 seconds. It has come down a bit, but now we come into the 4-star sector. The starter before the main course in this combination. Tadej Pogacar, is he going to really rip it up here? This is where we will see if Wout van Aert really has it to hang on. Tadej Pogacar right now, the Tour of Flanders winner, the Strade Bianche winner, is doing his best here at the front. He has not done, and Milan-San Remo winner, he hasn't done many races this year, but he's won all of them, and he wants to complete that as well. We've never seen a rider win 4 the first races in his season with three monuments included in that, and arguably 4 if you include Strade Bianche. Sector 5 is now also what the Mathieu Van Aert group has to toggle with. They will have to try and do everything they can, pushing on the pressure as much as possible. Are they going to be able to do it? That remains to be seen. Pushing on as hard as possible. 33 seconds. It's coming down. It's coming down now, but is it coming down quick enough? That is the question. 19.2 kilometers is a huge advantage in a race such as Roubaix. And if you're on the limit and you come up and the guys at the front still have a bit to go, that remains to be seen. But 18.2 kilometers still to go. They've got 940 meters left of this 4-star sector. I think it's the last 4-star sector of the race. And then we come up to one of the biggest races, or one of the biggest sectors, the Mont Poel. So the Mont Poel coming up, and that should be impressive to say the least. Maybe we will see huge fireworks coming up. Anything could happen on the race still. We've seen plenty of bike mechanics. And right now, Mathieu Van Aert, is he gearing up? There's 30 seconds, 31 seconds. They are closing the gap ever so slightly, but it's definitely not enough to get up to the front two. The front two are doing an infernal pace here. An infernal pace at the front, being able to keep these riders behind. Mathieu Van Aert just struggling across a bumpy cobblestone through the corner. But Laporte, is he spent? He looks like he's tiring a bit. Stefan Biesinger has been hiding in the wheels, and he looks like he's starting to just turn on the ignition a bit, and maybe he will just roll everyone and take a podium. Who knows? The last time we had a Swiss rider finish on the podium was Dilia, I think, and then obviously before that I think it was Cancellara. But yeah, Tadej Pogacar, Wout van Aert, they're just rolling through this 4-star sector. They've got 230 meters left, 26 seconds between them and the chasing group. It's come down 17 seconds more now. And Wout van Aert, shake of the head. Yeah, shake of the head. Oh, my man. Wout van Aert playing the team player card. They've got Laporte in the back group, so obviously play your advantage. I wouldn't give him anything. He has given him turns though, but right now it's yours to win, Tadej. I am hanging on here for as long as possible. So I think Cafu de Lava is where we're going to see the last real roll. We will see. Tadej Pogacar doing his best to just stay as composed as possible. 22 seconds from the group behind. Yeah. Tadej Pogacar, Wout van Aert, these two juggernauts of the sport in their own right. Part of this G4 that people were talking about in the Tour of Flanders. Part of the top 6 riders. I mean, Galacticos, are we including Roglic in that anymore? Yeah, here we go. Cafu de Labre, Tadej Pogacar is going to accelerate as hard as possible. 2.1 kilometers to make a difference here. But yeah, Wout is getting distanced a bit here. There is a bit of a gap growing between the two. They are coming through the corners. Wout van Aert needs to throw everything at this, but Tadej Pogacar has just opened up 2 bike lengths on the Belgian. Oh! Pogacar lost the back wheel, and there he lost the momentum. He lost the momentum just momentarily. Wout van Aert just bridges up to him because of that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, wow. That was didn't expect that. And yeah, he very good bike control to avoid the crash there from Tadej Pogacar. Great bike handling. 22 seconds. Mathieu Van Aert in the second group is just trying to hit out, trying to get rid of everyone. The one trying to fight back is Stefan Biesinger. Tadej Pogacar, Wout van Aert, they're fighting at the front. 1.5 kilometers left of the final 5-star sector of this race. 19 seconds, Mathieu Van Aert. He's coming like the boogeyman from behind. He's clawing these guys back a little after a little. 1.3 kilometers still to go. Mathieu Van Aert will definitely have the aid of these motorbikes. And yeah, Tadej, wow, what a save from Tadej Pogacar. Wout van Aert's still on his wheel to 1.2 kilometers. I think we're going to get Tadej and Wout getting a Dutch passenger coming up here. He's been fighting all day. Oh, this is close. This is a great edition of Paris-Roubaix. All this drama. Great addition. But yeah, right now, 2026, living up to the bill. We got 900 meters left of the final 5-star sector. Still have 15.9 kilometers left of the race. Paris-Roubaix is delivering. Mathieu Van Aert is dragging this second group into contention. 21 seconds. And Mathieu Van Aert, we thought he had a bit of a gap, but he's not quite. He's still got a huge line of passengers behind him. But right now we are seeing Tadej Pogacar with Wout van Aert behind him, trying to lift the pressure. They're saying they have about 21 seconds of a gap. Not much. They've definitely half the gap here. No motorbikes between Mathieu Van Aert and this group, so there is still a bit of a sizable gap between them that they're not really getting the aid of the motorbike convoy. 390 meters for the front two. This is looking interesting. Are we going to see Tadej Pogacar and Wout van Aert being able to hold this group off behind? This is the big, hard sector. How much have everyone got left in it? We'll wait and see. But for the time being, 15.4 kilometers. The fans getting a bit too close for my liking. But yeah, 300 meters to go. 24 seconds, 22 seconds. 1 minute and 44 seconds for the Nils Pollard group. Tadej Pogacar, Wout van Aert come out of the final sector. So we got 3 more sectors to go. 3 more sectors to go. So we got a 2-star sector coming up. Then we got a 1-star sector, and then the last one that doesn't really make too much of a difference. So the cobblestones, he's attacking again here on the sector. 2-star sector. It's only 1.1 kilometers. But Tadej Pogacar is trying to make Wout van Aert just feel the pressure. So Tadej Pogacar absolutely lifting the pressure, but Wout van Aert has him on a leash here. So, wow. These guys really just keeping each other in check. And Tadej Pogacar, Wout van Aert. Yeah, this is looking very close now. Wout van Aert is thinking, he shouldn't think about it, but this is his best chance of winning a Paris-Roubaix for sure. He is the best sprinter on paper, but he has been out-sprinted by Ghana, so maybe he needs this. Well, Ghana has come close to winning stages or did he win a stage in the Vuelta a España from a sprint? But Tadej Pogacar and Wout van Aert, these guys absolutely head and shoulders of most of the other riders. 28 seconds to the Van der Poel group, so they did lose a bit of touch. They were so close. They were inside the teens. 18 seconds at one point, but that bit of lift of pace by Tadej has just, yeah, they can almost see them as well. Well, you can see them from the helicopter shot, but obviously they can't see them how they're doing it. But they're doing a very good job here to just keep the pressure on. Is it going to be Tadej versus Wout van Aert here in the velodrome? That remains to be seen. 14 kilometers. 14 kilometers. That is all that they're looking at. So, yeah, Wout van Aert needs to do something. Who thought this as well? Wout van Aert coming back from the cyclocross crash in the winter. Then looking, yeah, not great as well in some of the races. Looked great in Milan-San Remo, getting that 3rd place. We were questioning if his Tour of Flanders would be good. He managed to get a 4th place there. That was a great comeback by him. Obviously, Dwarfs Door, he wanted the win there, but it didn't quite happen. And yeah, here he is up rolling with Tadej Pogacar at Paris-Roubaix. Wow. 13.4 kilometers, 27 seconds for Van der Poel. 1 minute and 58 seconds back for that 3rd group on the road. But the Van der Poel group, I mean, I don't think it's coming back, guys. Van der Poel fans, Mass Peloton fans, I don't think it's happening. So we have to be, yeah, it's not going to happen, unfortunately, I think. 13 kilometers to go, 27 seconds. Something monumental would have to happen in this front group for, yeah, Wout van Aert doing a bit of the work as well. So he's not quite wanting to have that second group come back at all. So yeah, we'll wait and see. Pogacar obviously came to the line with Tom Pidcock. He won that. He came to the line with, yeah, he's won a few head-to-heads in the past, but none like the pedigree that we have here with Wout van Aert. Yeah, former Champs-Élysées winner. As we said, he's won sprints here, there, and everywhere. So, yeah, we will wait and see. Anything can happen in the race, but is it going to happen again? We've seen so many moments already, and of course, we're going to talk about that in the race recap analysis. So, join us for that this evening as well. But for the time being, it's looking very good for many of these riders. Pogacar, I mean, he's had an impressive scorecard for this year. Won the first 3 races, 2 of them being monuments. So if he does finish second here, it's like, well, it's still impressive. And there might be a bit of a wait until we see Tadej Pogacar again. I think it's Tour Romandy. No, Liège. Liège is when we're seeing him. But for the time being, Tadej Pogacar, slow-mo shots. It's a bit of a stagnant one, and I don't think we're going to see that second group joining the party from behind unless someone has timed it to perfection. They should get someone like Stefan Bissinger to help in the chase. There's too many sandbags in that second group. So Mathieu van der Poel, I think he's done an incredible push, incredible defense of his 3 titles. But I don't know if it's going to happen. That 4 titles in the row looked like it was going to be such a breathtaking achievement, but I don't think we're going to see that. I don't think we'll ever see that in the sport, ever. I think this was it. But Arenberg with 2 punctures cost us 10.9 kilometers. And we'll see what happens here. Pogacar, Wout van Aert. Is this going to be a sprint between these 2 guys? Yeah, there we go. Vera said it. Let's do it. Poel. I think this is it. I don't think we're going to see anyone in that second group come in the mix. Yeah. Who wins in the velodrome? Pogacar or Van Aert? There you go. Wout van Aert versus them. Who will see what happens. Who wins in the velodrome, chat? Who wins in the velodrome? None of them have won the biggest cobblestone. Both of them have the second cobblestone on their mantelpiece at home. 30 seconds for that second group. I don't think it's going to happen now. 2 minutes down to that third group on the road. So that's really not going to be a factor here either. We will wait and see what happens. But right now, it's looking interesting. Very interesting in this scenario between these 2 juggernauts. But yeah, most of you are going for Wout now. So it's swung to Wout now. 9.7 kilometers. Come on, I hope we don't just get a 9.7 kilometers of not doing anything. Come on, guys. Let's do something. Okay, I don't want to puncture because that would influence the race completely here. But it would be quite nice to see them just mix it up a bit. If they could something could happen, that would be quite good. Yeah, we will see. We will see what happens here. But for the time being, Tadej Pogacar, Wout van Aert, 31 second down to that group with Van der Poel that has quite an excessive bag of sandbaggers. I mean, Dan Hula, Jasper Stuyven, all these guys. I mean, you could say to them, like, if we bring them back, the win is up for grabs. Like, you're part of that selection. You could have, like, any of you guys winning, but they don't seem too interested in that, unfortunately. So, yeah. Oh, well. You have to be daring enough to lose it to win it sometimes. And Group 2 dynamics is definitely happening for quite a lot of these people or these riders in that group. So we'll wait and see. But right now, 8.7 kilometers, 31 seconds. We've got a few cobble sectors still to go. 2, in fact. 2. 2-star sector, 1.4 kilometers long. Is this where we're going to see Tadej Pogacar do his last dash for glory? Because I don't think sector 1 is going to do too much damage. But yeah, we'll see. They might play around with each other. You never know. Tadej has a good sprint on him, so he might catch Wout van Aert on off guard. You never know. You never know. Anything can happen after this amount of racing. Sector what? So they're on sector 2 now, 1.4 kilometers. It doesn't look like Tadej is doing too much in this sector. They've got 34 seconds now. Wout van Aert. Yeah. Wow. Tadej kind of has to pray for a puncture for Wout van Aert at this point. But Tadej Pogacar, the rainbow jersey, looking to be the man to win all the monuments as the rainbow jersey in a calendar year. Doesn't look like it's going to happen here now. But 7.8 kilometers still to go. 1 kilometer of this sector left. 34 seconds for the guys behind. I'm impressed how well they've held these guys behind as well. So yeah, 7.6 kilometers still to go here of the race. 7.6 kilometers, still 800 meters left. It's less than 1 kilometers of cobbles left of this race now. So the cobbles have left their mark. This is how the race is split up. And yeah, wow, what a race we've had. You have to say, even though these last few kilometers have been a bit boring by the same level compared to the others, because I think they're all kind of wrecked. But I think the velodrome is going to give us some intrigue as well. So it will be a bit of a spicy 2 laps of the velodrome in Roubaix. But what an addition. This definitely ranks high up there, I think. 7 kilometers still to go. It would be great to get Wout van Aert winning. Let's be honest, it would be great to have Pogacar winning as well. But for the time being, 31 seconds left. And a few of you saying that Van der Poel might not win a monument this year. Yeah, that would be quite sad. 28 seconds is coming down ever so, but it ballooned up as well. So I think they're wrecked in that second group. I think they're absolutely spent. Don't think it's going to happen. 6.8 kilometers. Yeah. But we will wait and see. Anything can happen. But 6.6 kilometers. 26 seconds. It's not coming down enough for it to be intriguing. I mean, the velodrome, will that, when they can see them, is that going to play a part? I mean, I think that's just going to be a more stress factor on these two front guys to open the sprint earlier. But Mathieu Van der Poel not doing the pulls, so that's kind of a bit of a show that, yeah, the massive pulls that he did just to get someone into contention. Yeah. But we will see. 6 kilometers, that last sector, that is what we're looking out for. The last sector, 300 meters, 1-star sector. That's like the ceremonial sector, the favorite sector of Mathieu Van der Poel, as he said, because then you know everything has finished. So yeah, 26 seconds, the gap. 5.8 kilometers there. I'm amazed how well they kept this gap so long as well. Yeah, Wout van Aert on the wheel of Tadej Pogacar. He is helping him here. He didn't help him on the sectors because obviously that was where Pogacar was going to be able to do something. But equally here, Pogacar could just sit up and be like, well, I'm not doing anything. So Pogacar is still thinking that there could be a chance. But how do you do this? How do you do this? That's the big question. How does Pogacar win this race apart from a flat for Wout van Aert? That is my big question. Yeah, we should have a poll as well. Who's going to finish third? Because quite a lot of you have voted. It's quite a split poll, actually. 53 of you. 53% of you have said that it's going to be one for Wout van Aert. But Roubaix Velodrome, this is going to be epic. Like, oh my goodness. That Velodrome always makes me smile. What happens in the Roubaix Velodrome? Like, the other 364 days of the year. Yeah, it's just kind of racing, whatever. I have seen it one time in person, but never during the race. 4.9 kilometers to go, 26 seconds. They are on the final, or they're close to the final sector, I think. But 26 seconds, it's so agonizingly close for that second group that if they just had a bit of energy to like go for it, then yeah. But it's easier said than done, obviously, and none of us. Well, if anyone has written Paris-Roubaix as a race, please let us know in the chat. But I, for one, have never. So, who will finish third? So I'll ask you guys that as well. And Mathieu Van der Poel. Who else do we think? Mads Pedersen's in there. Laporte is not doing that much work. So, and then I'll just scream other as well. Not scream, put other. So thank you for the poll idea as well in the chat. So who will finish third of Roubaix? We will wait and see. Great to have so many people subscribing as well. Smash the like button as well. We're getting ever closer to that velodrome. So, of course, we are going to do Amstel Gold as well next week because there is a bit of different narrative going on there as well. 4 kilometers to go. 4 kilometers to go. This is going to be intriguing finale. 28 seconds. Mads Pedersen, Van der Poel, these two rivals from the junior ranks, they're looking like they're quite spent. Yeah. Van der Poel, what could have been? History could have been made. But alas, yeah, obviously I wanted to see that done. But, I mean, he holds the record with Francesco Moser. It would have been his 4th one. Record equaling as well. 3.6 kilometers still to go. 28 seconds for the Van der Poel group. Pogacar pulling. Is he looking... Yeah, I don't know. Is he looking tired? I think with the preparation that Mads Pedersen had, he's doing very well. And if he does seal a 3rd place, I think that is a remarkable one. Oh, here we go. Attacks are happening. Van Dijk, Stefan Biesinger, they're all attacking the guys who have been just sitting on, not contributing. But I can't be saying, yeah, we will wait and see. I won't say anything about complaining about sandbaggers because I was fine with it when Wout was doing it. They're just riding their race. That's their strategy. They're being realistic. So, yeah. 2.8 kilometers still to go, or less even. So we'll wait and see. This is very good riding by these two. And this will be a good Roubaix, I hope. Very intriguing. If Wout wins, that's amazing. If Pogacar wins, that's amazing. Because there's so many people that want Wout to win something. So this velodrome ride is going to be so... Oh my goodness, Wout. I wouldn't want to be him. This is the most important velodrome ride from him ever. But in the group behind, they're attacking each other. So obviously, oh yes, Verstappen just attacked off. So their 3rd place is going to go up the road. 3rd place is going up the road now, courtesy of Jasper Stuyven. So silly. Instead of working together and getting those two up the front, they've attacking each other. But obviously, this is bike racing. Absolutely silly work there. But obviously, you don't want to pull Jasper Stuyven, Mathieu Van der Poel, Mads Pedersen to a win. So... oh well, 1.7 kilometers to go, 30 seconds, that second chase group. This final sector, what is going to happen here in this? They're coming around a corner now. This is the final sector of Paris-Roubaix. We have so many sectors. The Roubaix sector, 300 meters, the best sector to go along if you're a rider. You know you're close to the finish. And are we going to see Mathieu Van der Poel win this? No. It looks like it is going to be between his two career rivals of Tadej Pogacar and Wout van Aert. This is going to be good. Yeah. This will be interesting. Inside the last kilometer of the race. Guys, this is happening. Wout van Aert versus Tadej Pogacar. They're going to enter the velodrome very shortly. This is going to be it. The two juggernauts, two of the biggest names in the sport. These guys have done it all. They've won stages in the Tour de France. They've won monuments. They've won Strade Bianche. And this is going to be heroic. Both of them knows how it feels to finish second on Paris-Roubaix. They want the top step. They want the biggest prize in cobblestone racing, the biggest monument of them all, Paris-Roubaix, the Hell of the North. Can we see these two? The bell goes, the final bell goes, and now we have seen Wout van Aert, Tadej Pogacar. Wout is on his wheel. When is Tadej going to open it up? When is Wout going to open it up? They go up on the side banks. Tadej is chasing history, winning the 5th monument, the last one he needs in a collection. Wout van Aert desperately wants the cobblestone monument. This might be it. This might be the day when Wout ends the drought. The sprint. Wout van Aert opens up. Tadej Pogacar frantically trying to get on the Belgian's wheel. Wout has a massive lead. He's got bike lengths. Is he going to be able to do it? Wout van Aert. This looked like it was never going to happen. Wout van Aert looks around. It's going to be it. He points to the sky. Wout van Aert is our 2026 Paris-Roubaix winner. Chapeau. Chapeau. Oh my goodness. And behind, I think we're going to get Jasper Stuyven getting 3rd place. Oh my goodness. What a win. Mathieu van der Poel getting another top 5 for him, but it belongs the day to his arch rival of Wout van Aert. He collapses the world media around Van Aert. Wow, that was an edition and a half. Wout van Aert, the Belgian who denied Tadej Pogacar to be in the club with all the other Belgians who had won all the monuments, and here he gets his 2nd monument win of his career. This is a big day for Wout van Aert. Absolutely remarkable. Chapeau to him. He deserves every single plaudit for this win. Oh my goodness. Who would see this coming? He was absolutely spoken about. The media was holding to account for not winning Dwarfstor, and here he wins the biggest monument of them all. Absolutely impressive. Chapeau, Mr. Wout van Aert. From Hamid? Yeah. Wow. You must be so happy about this. Absolutely impressive. This is the win. Well, I'll get you a top 10 as well, but Wout van Aert stealing the headlines. I think this is going to be a very popular win as well. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I've really enjoyed all of you being here. We're going to do the recap race analysis over on the Cycling Day and Extra channel. We'll do a very thorough breakdown of the race, so do check that out as well. And of course, we do have the podcast as well, so do check that out on the Cycling Day channel. I'll make sure to put that in the link. We're just going to wait for the top 10. His teammates obviously super happy about this. It's not like he didn't have bad luck as well. He's had bad luck in the past, remember? So we had that, was it 2023, where he could have been up there in the mix. That would have been a very good addition between him and Van der Poel. But yeah, do check out the Spotify as well. We'll have the breakdown there as well, and our weekly breakdown of the race week. Of course, we've also a whole host of races as well. So absolutely remarkable racing this. Yeah, chapeau to Mathieu van der Poel as well for that very amazing comeback. But yeah, let me just try and see Wout van Aert just in shock. I don't think I understands what happens. Open up the sprint quite well. That was a very good opening of the sprint there. And yeah, absolutely chapeau there from Wout van Aert. Doing everything in his power. He knew he had the best sprint. Obviously, you don't know after the end of a race. He really he played this race perfectly, I would say. Absolutely perfect. But I'll get us a top 10 as well. We have a top 8 right now, so we'll go with that for the time being. But on a day where we were thinking about that a rider could win 4 in a row, a rider could win all the monuments, it was none other than the man that many people had discounted a bit. They looked at him for the podium, but he absolutely went in and executed almost a perfect race. Chapeau to Wout van Aert. This was a performance to be proud of. And once again, he beats Tadej Pogacar mano a mano like we saw in Champs-Élysées. So in terms of the top 10, here we go. Wout van Aert win the top 8. We'll get the 9 and 10 in a bit. But he hugs his wife as well. What absolutely chapeau to him. Yeah, Wout van Aert. Absolutely. I think this is a very popular win in the sport. Mathieu Van Der Poel fans or Tadej Pogacar fans, this man, you have to be happy for him. You have to be happy for Wout. Yeah, let's get our exit poll as well. I'll do a poll of where you think this edition ranks as well. I know quite a few of you are Wout Van Aert fans, so this will be quite a... Yeah, here we go. Wout Van Aert wins, Tadej Pogacar second, Jasper Stuyven, what a podium finish for him. So 1-3 Belgians, Mathieu Van Der Poel in 4th place, Christophe Laporte 5th place, Tim van Dijk in 6th place, Mads Pedersen in 7th place, Stefan Bissinger in 8th place, Niels Pollitt gets another top 10, and Mike Chernissen 10th as well. So wow, Wout. Favorite edition. So I'll put favorite edition 2026 Tadej Pogacar. You have to applaud him because this was an incredible edition from him as well. Up there, second time in Paris-Roubaix. I think that is absolutely remarkable as well. So take nothing away from Tadej Pogacar. Absolutely up there with the favorites for a second year in a row. I think is so incredible. But yeah, I think, yeah, wow. But I'm just going to start Patrick Blake on the Cycling Dane Extra channel. Then I'll come back and then we'll talk about that in a bit. But that was a race and a half. So right, so that was me starting the recap. But what does this mean for the race? It yeah, absolutely incredible. Wout van Aert, he did get a bit of luck as well, but he had a lot of bad luck, as we know, with him as well through one of the sectors. So yeah, I think this was an incredible race. Remember, we have got the podcast coming up as well, so look out for that. Plenty of things to enjoy on the Cycling Dane channel. Cycling Dane Action, if you haven't subscribed to that as well. Me going through the Arenberg Forest was quite funny. I mean, I still think Pogacar going through with their service was quite funny. So we will wait and see. What happens. But for the time being, Wout van Aert wins his second monument, adding to that 2020 Milan-San Remo. He's been on the podium a few times of this race, and so many aching for this win, I think, is going to be the big story, and getting it. And with the season preparation he had, probably wasn't the most ideal. And we saw in the press day he was talking about that he wanted to kind of win this. This was the big goal, but many people, yeah, okay, you want to win it, but you've said that every year, and then he does this. I think this was absolutely remarkable, to say the least. I think this is an edition we're going to remember for a long time. I think Wout van Aert, absolutely incredible. 82% of you saying this is your favorite edition. I think that really just speaks for itself, but I just can't get the image of Pogacar riding on the surface bike out of my head. Bad luck for Mathieu Van Der Poel. That 4 in a row would have been so good. But yeah, Pogacar, I think, yeah, when you look at his start, yeah, we could actually look at it here if I can interact with Pro Cycling Stats. I think it was just incredible, to say the least, that we had him 3 races, win all of them, and then almost win the 4th race as well. For Pogacar, Wout was just good. He was just good. He was very good. They both had bad luck, but would Mathieu Van Der Poel have changed the outcome? Do you guys think he would have changed the outcome? Yeah, thank you Vera as well for a bit of coffee money. But do you think he would have changed the outcome, Mathieu Van Der Poel? I think he would, but I think Wout was very good. So yeah, it's kind of those could have, should have, would have. It's just had bad luck. Yeah, I think it's a shame, but we'll wait and see what happens. Yeah, we got the next race for Tadej Pogacar scheduled is Liège-Bastogne-Liège. I think he still will come back and try and win this. It's kind of good that he didn't win it because it means he's going to come back next year, and we will have Tadej Pogacar, Wout van Aert, and Tadej Pogacar, Wout van Aert, and Mathieu van der Poel try and fight again. So yeah, it's been a blast. I mean, you guys have been great as well. I'm just letting Patrick talk through the race recap analysis. I'm sure plenty of you are going to join us for that later. But yeah, is he gonna win another one? Is he gonna win? I would like to see Wout van Aert actually. Yeah, what next? That's always the big thing. What next for Wout van Aert? I would like to see him do, uh, yeah, do maybe Liège-Bastogne-Liège. He's been on the podium of that race before as well, so maybe he can try and get the 5 monuments. But I think that's going to be quite a hard one for him. So we will see if he can do that. But I mean, great to have so many people across the world in this. The women's race. No, I have to do the. Yeah, well, we can talk through the women's race a bit. What's going on a bit. We also had the. What do we have? We had the Espoir race as well. And the women's race is 68 kilometers still to go of the race. We'll see who can win that. It might be Demi Vollering winning that. There's a lot of people to look out for in that race. The Paris Espoir was won by David Donati, so one of the Red Bull riders. He won the under 23 edition. And Pro Cycling stats has completely crashed. So yeah, obviously I think everyone's just trying to see what's going to happen as well. But I mean, do we actually? That's a good question as well. I'll ask you guys. Will Pogacar ever win this race? That is one to think about as well. Will Pogacar win Roubaix in 2027? Obviously, how does it change next year? We saw anything can happen with like crashes and podium and punctures. So yeah, bad luck. Can strike anyone. But do you think are we ever going to see him complete it? I think this was a great position, but he just was better. So Mads Pedersen will probably be one of in terms of disappointments. I think Mads Pedersen, Ghana will be disappointed as well. So yeah, it is what it is. But I think that's a great place to finish the stream as well. Great to have so many people in the chat. It's been a blast. We will do Amstel Gold next week as well, so that should be very good. Check out the Cycling Dane podcast as well on Spotify. We're trying to grow that a lot. A lot of you have subscribed to it, and of course if you haven't subscribed here as well, and a lot of you did today, so thank you very much for that. But the recap of this race with Patrick is going to be on the Cycling Dane extra channel, so